Uh, oh, nah. Let me see. Yes, 2026, baby. I made it. Oh my goodness, y'all just don't know. Woo, when that clock struck 12, okay, and I didn't get any other notifications of anybody else in my family either being shot, killed, murdered, died. I was like, oh, Zasa free Nas. Okay. 7 years. Y'all could count it. I was waiting. I could look, 7 years. Okay. 7 whole years. 7 whole years. I've been waiting to be free. Look, 7 whole motherfucking years. Okay. I've been sitting my ass down, baby. And I was sat down. I had to sit down. I had no choice. I had to just ride the bad luck train for 7 years. Okay. So I've been riding the bad luck train for 7 goddamn years, and now eyes are free. And Fighter Complex seems to be the first motherfucker on the list. It seems like we're gonna have to take care of Fighter. What's going on, D Nice? Listen, 7 years. We could count it back was 7 years. Okay. The first thing that happened, there was a few things that happened in 2018, but the main one that got me was my dad passing away. Right. Then then 2019, my mother passed away. Right. And then in between that, right after my mother passed away, COVID, the whole goddamn world around me got sick, baby. Lord. And I caught COVID 5 times. In fact, 5 times confirmed. 2 other times we was on the brink of death. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have been in the hospital a couple of times. Like, y'all, listen, I meant to be here, but I had to struggle, baby. 7 years. Okay, HD Ball, Happy New Year's. Yes, it's a new me back. I'm back. Man, I had to get on my ass. Look, I was scared I'll fall down the steps. Listen, this 7 year bad luck shit is real, okay? It's real in my family anyway. And man, when I walked down the steps, I was taking my time. I was like, I'll fall down these steps and break my okay. But whew, that's why I was trying to decide, am I coming back to YouTube in the new year, or was I gonna move on somewhere else? Cause I'm back. Okay. And it seems like a lot of pussies in this area. But we're gonna get this one right here. Cause I don't know why. Why when they come for me, they always talking about my sexuality. They always talk about our bodies, our sexuality. You niggas talking about the first hoe. And the only reason that stays in his mind, because he wanted to purchase me. But the thing is, I know this nigga, okay? He's on that website Grinder. This nigga talk about Grinder more than anybody I've ever seen in this space. When he go for other men, he talk about Grinder. I'm like, Grinder? I've heard about Grinder, in the media, especially when the politicians, that's my first time hearing of Grinder, to be honest. When they was saying that the politicians, Mike Johnson and shit, using Grinder. My first time hearing about it, at least. But this man right here talk about Grinder every chance he get, and I decided let me go check out Grinder. Now I would do it live on YouTube, but I'm gonna get my channel stricken because I've done some shit like that before. What I'm saying is, though, soon as you put in grinder.com or whatever that shit is, bam, the nakedness is right there for you, damn here, okay? It's right there. Now, mind you, it's mostly white men. That's the far as I got was putting that in. I ain't go no further. But this man he don't like black people. He's not into black people. And so, that's his type of man over there. Nothing wrong with being gay and nothing wrong with liking men, because I like men shit. Men can be quite sexy. You know what I mean? But when these niggas be acting like they straight, calling other men's gay and shit, and gonna call out the website. Now I know thug hunters, because I learned about thug hunters from these men in these spaces too. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Thug hunters, that's where you find the black men and shit over there doing the shit that they do. It's called thug hunters for you new people who don't know. Okay? Yes, I'm back. And this nigga, in fact, I didn't ask him. I told him to apologize. And I knew exactly what I was doing. I was trying to save his life. I was giving him a little lifeline, just a little one. I was like, nigga, apologize. And I knew he wouldn't do it. Happy New Year's, everybody. A bitch time, what's going on, girl? Lane of love, what's going on? We're gonna have us some fun in 2026. But only look, 2026 is not gonna be for the faint and heart. Okay? It's not for the faint and heart, baby. I'm back. Okay. I'm I'm no longer on no auntie shit. I'm not on none of that shit. And if I take shots, I'm shooting. But even then, I ain't gonna lie. That's how I was doing it for the last 7 years. Only when they took shots did I shoot back. But the true original me is I take shots. I shoot for everybody. I don't be giving no fucks, okay? Okay? Um, that means it might be dangerous over here in 2026, baby. But for those of you down for the ride and to have some fun, then that's what we gonna do. Okay? We gonna do that. We gonna do that. It's unfortunate that I gotta squash this little bug, this little uh Puerto Rican ain't shit, nobody shit, get knocked out, have a gap in his mouth because somebody knocked the tooth out. And when he lost that bet, he had to suck a dick. Ain't nothing wrong with sucking dick. You know what I mean? I'm not against sucking dick, baby. Okay. I don't want to say that too loud. My hubby might be getting proud, loud. He might be grinning and shit right now when you hear me say this shit, okay? Because he might be thinking of some shit. But anyway, we're gonna mute his computer in case he watching. And Bomb is not against no sucking or no goddamn dick. But what Bomb has a problem with is these little niggas who want to suck dick against me. They want to have dick sucking contests. Fighter Complex want to have a dick sucking contest against Bomb. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know who gonna win. I think the nigga know how to suck a mean motherfucker dick. Okay? I think you know how to suck a mean motherfucker dick. In fact, let me draw a dick on his face right now. Okay? Hold up. I was practicing with a little bit over there. I was playing with Joshua, but Joshua hair was sticking in the air like what? And I was like, what is Joshua doing? Joshua, don't you look at yourself in the morning when you get the fuck up? Don't you look at yourself when you brushing your teeth, washing your face? Don't you see that 2 or 3 strands of hair sticking straight in the air? Good. All you gotta do is swipe it down or something, put a bow red on it. I don't give a damn. Put something heavy that'll make it just kind of flop down. But why is this nigga over there looking like this? This, this nigga, these young men today looking just like this. And y'all do know this was a joke, right? This right here was a joke. This this right here was a what they call it? Satire, right? Satire. He put his hair in them things and had them sticking straight up so to be funny. But that little dude over there was looking just like him. Let's see where he at. Like first, and I'm giving him credit to say he looked like this. But these niggas said they was in jail, and you know damn well that nigga with that girly hairstyle, you know what I'm saying? You know what he was doing in jail. I would like maybe he could give a well, I ain't gonna make it all about him. We're gonna get back on the other one, okay? But when they be bragging and talking about I was in jail, that's how I know. I did all the reading about the Constitution and the laws. Like nigga, you should have did the reading about the Constitution and the laws before you broke them. Okay, now you're sitting in jail with all them years. What's to read some shit? Because you got to read for yourself, your roommate, and everybody else in the area. Okay, just so they could protect your booty just for them. they're not gonna share your booty with other people as long as you do their reading, check their mail, and do and help them with their law issues, and shit like that. These motherfuckers be too young to be bragging about being in jail just to get on here to show us just how why they was in jail, because they was stupid. Okay. And I'm not saying they were stupid because they did a crime. I'm mainly saying you're stupid because you got caught. But you're bragging as if you was good at what you was doing. But we know you wasn't. We know you failed even at the crime you was doing. Now we're gonna be talking about a few people doing this stream, okay? But it's not gonna be in no particular order. We're gonna be talking about this one right here. And then we're gonna talk about this nigga too. Yes, nigga, you owe me money. All I've been waiting for is the bad luck to swipe off my fingertips, nigga. That's what the bad luck was holding on. It was holding on, and it was at my fingertips. And when I wanted to smack your ass for owing me some fucking money, okay? But I had to wait. I just had to take a breath and just let that shit just fall off. Okay. And I'm not gonna be alive the next time the bad luck come around, okay? So shit. Fuck it. So we're gonna get on his ass before the end of the stream. But he gonna love it because he like to be the center of somebody's motherfucking attention. We're gonna give him a little attention. It ain't gonna be the kind that he like though. Okay, I've been nice to this little fuck nigga right here. Let me see who else we gonna talk about. Okay. No, I'm not going at no women, but this man right here, we gonna have to stump her out. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, for those she got to get stumped out. Okay, but I might take care of her later. But I promise you, she gonna be a major part of this channel coming soon, baby. We gonna talk about this piece of shit right chair. Okay, right chair. Okay. Um. Yes, we're gonna get on him, her, him, whatever. Let me see who else we got to tag, baby, because I got a list. Okay, it's not a long list though. It's not a long list. Um. Let me see. And then I'm gonna come to the chat, see what y'all talking about. I got a couple other motherfucker people I gotta share real quick that we're gonna touch on. I'm gonna let me see. Every once in a while I grab their little pictures and I'd be like, okay, just wait. Just wait. Um, and so let me see. Now I ain't gonna lie, I be feeling bad, but some of these motherfuckers just dumb as can be. We're gonna have to talk about his issues right here. Okay. I don't know why these niggas be getting up there trying to act like they educated, but they can't take care of their grooming. Like comb your hair, shape up your beard, and why you look dirty. What in the fuck is going on? Okay, that's I gotta pop, but I gotta treat him like I treat Jalen. At least he ain't told me that he wanted to f men in the booty till they bleed. Okay, at least this one didn't. But you could y'all can't tell by his face that something is wrong with this baby. Something wrong with that baby. That's what the older people used to say. Something wrong with that baby. That's all. And that's all they had to say for us all to know that the motherfucker was fucked up. That's all. So people kind of knew, hey, to treat them a little special, but these niggas be doing too much. The internet has given these niggas wings. These niggas taking flight like birds, okay? And I don't want to have to smack them down, but in 2026, I may have to do that. I don't know, just for the fun of it. But the niggas act like they know what the hell they talking about. These niggas talking about laws, Trump, the Constitution. He asked these niggas to spell Constitution, man. You know damn well it ain't gonna be spelled right. Okay. Now let's get on. Who else I got on the list? I got a few people on the list, okay, and some people gonna be added possibly daily, okay. But I'm trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice until this motherfucker gonna talk about you was the joke is crazy. Oh, you was the oldest hoe. You was the oldest hoe. He was the oldest hoe. Like, what the hell? This all this nigga got. That and some of them, and this nigga don't even have his front teeth. This nigga ain't gonna be a boxer, have somebody knock your fucking tooth out, but you can't even afford it to get it fixed. Nigga, you a boxer. You supposed to be getting your teeth knocked out for money. Okay, it should be enough money to repair the damage, nigga. Okay, we know they can't repair your brain damage. Okay, you probably went into the arena already brain fucked up, brain dead and shit, like all fucked up in the head. But nigga, why are you boxing somebody and you ain't winning enough money to put your tooth back in? It's what I want to know. But then I told y'all, listen, some of these men find out, even the women, you find out that hey, that space, that gap, it's a holding, it's a holding spot, right? What they call it? Like a holding placemat, like a placeholder. There you go. A placeholder for this. Okay. And they learn how to they learn how to use that little space right there and put it in this spot and take their tongue and all that in that hole and drive them niggas crazy. Woo, baby. But I did tell that nigga to apologize. Their egos is just too much. Cause I really wasn't going at him, right? But my internet, and it's really because of this program right here that I'm using, it seems to be crashing a lot with StreamYards, but in particular only over there by Sharon. So originally I was looking at the codes and it seemed like somebody was hacking or doing something. Somebody's using some program over there that's interrupting with my program. Okay. Because I don't have this problem nowhere else on StreamYards. Um, but StreamYard has made a couple of changes. And, I think I kept getting notifications from them telling me that it was crashing. Wait, it's crashing. My God. Yeah. Okay. Fighter complex nigga. I don't know. Well, maybe he called himself fighter complex because he have a complex, right? It's hard and difficult for him the nigga to fight. But the nigga just want to be a fighter. The nigga got his teeth knocked out several times. Okay. You could tell that they done fucked his face up. Okay. And I don't know what's going on with these little dudes. They don't even realize that they just not that. They not that what they claim to be. And the nigga come up there coming at me. You know why? Because I've been nice to this little folk nigga right here. I never come for him. I crack a joke here and then he'll say something and I'll be like, nah, he's okay. Well, let shit go. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to push my bad luck on other motherfuckers by making me come and beat their ass, you know, or hire somebody, whip their ass, by the way, which I have no motherfucking problem doing. The fuck we talk about? The fuck they think I'm from? I'm from the black community. Remember where our community is so fucked up that a bitch will hire a nigga to knock another nigga in his head? That's what they always saying. That's what they saying, right? I guess I just never had no issue because I never had to get no nigga no money to do no shit like that. But I'm older now. So now I'm offering money. I ain't giving nothing else. I ain't got no time to be flirting with them, playing no bullshit games with them. Just, hey, here go the money. Go knock that nigga in his motherfucker head. Bam, that's it. These some bitch ass niggas on this internet shit, yo. And we all know this. We know that most of us are not no gangsters. We ain't no hoes. We ain't out in no streets selling no. We ain't got because we don't hear too much. These niggas always want to act like they first of all they make good money because they millionaires, but they don't never go to work because they always on this shit with my broke ass. Ain't that something? We know they ain't no criminals because they on this shit all night with my broke ass and all day with my broke ass. Okay, you know what that mean? That mean they ain't no street dudes. The street dudes barely on this bitch. You might be able to hit them up when they go live and see them do some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Because they're crazy than Looney Tunes and shit. But they ain't on here with our asses. Most of the women in this area either have children or they're married and they have families and they on here having fun with my dumb ass, just having fun, right? Um, yeah. But they'll act like these women are out there outside all the time, shaking their ass, being whores, being mistreated and shit like that. And then we have the brothers on here. We have the brothers. We got a lot of brothers they got jobs and they being educated and they on here having good conversation. You could tell those men versus the ones who claim they outside. Now, why would an educated man want to brag about being a thug ass nigga who got caught, spent time in jail? And we could tell he looked like a girl. We could tell they done pussified him. Do y'all think this nigga will go through jail and be safe? This nigga right here, this nigga damn near look like a woman. He definitely looks feminine. And that's why it's hard for him to get women. Because woman, there's a few things women desire in men, right? It's a few different categories, first of all. We already know that, right? But if a woman going for the thuggish nigga, the one who claim he a boxer and shit, then he better look like he better look like he knock other motherfuckers' teeth out, or he better look like, he know what he doing. This little short ass, midget ass little motherfucker right here get in the boxing ring so he could try to prove that he's just as manly as other men. Okay, instead of using that brain and go and get some education, becoming that type of man that some women like, right? The educated men who know he's so educated, he know how to move around in the world. Whether he got a job or career, he's moving, he's doing things, and he's surviving. These niggas on here begging for cash apps and shit. Okay? And then they're not even doing that well. Shit. Um, and then so we got different type of women and like different type of men, but we noticed that the men in this space, the ones who claim this, that, and third, they don't fit those things that women like because they complain about it all the time. Instead of just sitting their ass down, paying attention to what women want, so they can get the woman they want, right? Or at least the woman that they could get. Now, who that is, I don't know. I can't tell you, but it's definitely gonna be somebody close to you in your area, somebody who you can at least meet. Okay, lay your eyes on. Because other than that, if you're not laying your eyes, and I said this, I know some of the women don't like when I say this shit. But if you meeting a motherfucker on the internet, you talk about long distance, you ain't never lay no eyes on them, or you can barely see them. You ain't in no relationship. That's some falsified bullshit right there. And I should know because motherfuckers paid me money to be their girlfriend, quote unquote, air quote, should I say, air, up in the air, up in the sky, make believe, fantasy bullshit. And nothing wrong with how I made my motherfucking money. But something is wrong with some of you hoes who think you living in real life. If you think that your long distance out of the way, you see them once a year, shit is real. Okay? And speaking on the phone, that's nothing. While I'm sitting online every day, you hear my shit go bloom, my phone ringing, people sending me messages. I have to block notifications from motherfuckers just all the time. So that don't mean anything. People have access to send one message and it could go to hundreds, if not thousands of people. Did y'all know that? I could send one message to a whole group of people, everybody who's in my group, who paid me for the month messages that month. I did not have to send each person an individual message. I was, how you doing, handsome? Good morning, handsome. That shit that went out to 600 motherfuckers with one push of a button. Now they start texting me back. And they wonder why I ain't respond back, motherfucker, because you paid me for a message in the morning, a message at noon, and then a good night message. And that's what I sent you for your money, okay? Every once in a while, I might not be doing anything and somebody send me a message and I might text their ass back. Normally they'll be asleep when I'm texting them back. But them motherfuckers will wake up, see that I text them and be wanting to go back and forth, and I could prove it. Okay? I don't have to lie. And this little motherfucker right here want me to be a hoe. I don't know why, because the nigga know he ain't got no money. He ain't got no motherfucking teeth. He ain't got no goddamn job. He ain't got no car. You know what I'm saying? This nigga ain't got no height. He ain't got um no looks that I would go for. This nigga look like he too mixed with all kinds of shit besides black. He look like he mixed with Mexican. Nigga look like he mixed with this nigga look Mexican. Fuck all that. Okay, he gonna claim some other shit, but I could see that motherfucker Mexican right in this nigga's ass. Okay, and I'm hardly ever wrong about this shit now. Now, is he all Mexican? No telling. Okay, no telling. But I'm telling you, this is a brown skinned, the darkest skinned type of Mexican you'll ever come across. And they do speak Spanish. And then what they'll do is they'll latch on to Puerto Ricans, Latinos, the Latinos from Latin, right? But these niggas be from Mexico. Mexico. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with him being from Mexico. But we're gonna deport his ass, okay? I'm about to call ICE on this nigga in a few minutes. Okay? That's right. Call ICE right now. There's a nigga missing a tooth, and you need to send his ass right back to Mexico. Okay? Now I'm done with him because he like work. He ain't really do too much. Okay? He just got me popping off. UFO, what's going on? Let me see what's going on in the chat real quick because I see it to the side. Hold up, I gotta move this down. Okay. I do want to talk about Joshua just a little bit. Do want to know what's going on, young men. Like I get like the natural look. My sons, I remember when my sons was using this little brush. Like it's a little brush with holes in it. It's not even a brush. It's a motherfucking sponge. Let me go see if I can find a picture of it. I could go in the bathroom and pull it out. My son used to take this sponge and rub it over his head and tell me how this look. And I used to say, look like you need a comb. Fresh, my butt. What you doing? Anyway, he would say that the I said, why you use that? You could have just went to the kitchen under the sink and got a sponge. He said, no, this is different sponge. I said, what's different about this sponge? He said, see these little holes in this sponge. I said, yeah, them little holes. What are those holes for? Oh, them holes is what create the curl. I said, but you ain't create no goddamn curl. All you did was twirl your motherfucking hair with a sponge. And I told him if he go and get the sponge from under the motherfucking sink and do the same twirling of his hair, it's gonna make the same naughty looking motherfucking pattern on the top of his motherfucking head. No bomb, no bomb. Okay, they're like no bomb, no bomb, and I was like, yeah, that's true. Listen, he didn't believe me. He was like, no mom, no mom, no mom. And that's why they don't trust me, right? They say I'm too blunt. They'd be like, you don't know what you're talking about. So I had him go get the sponge. I paid him, in matter of fact, because he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. He's like, and we in his room, I said, look, I'll give it $20. Here go a sponge. I said, take it out the pack. You see it's new. I said, go in the bathroom and do your hair like you do that other sponge. I don't want to do it. I said, here go $20. It's enough for your gas. Now, this happened a few years back, right? When you could buy some gas for $20. It wouldn't even be a half a tank, but it might be a quarter tank. I don't know how much gas is today, okay? Because I ain't been outside, but I'm going outside, baby. I'm going back outside, okay? Anyway, so I gave him the money. He takes the sponge, out the pack. He goes in there. You know, one of them dollar store sponges. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act like y'all ain't never go to the dollar store and buy them cheap ass sponges. Okay. He got the sponge. He went in the bathroom, and he's up there. He just brushing his head, holding like he's doing a brush. I said, "Nah, that's not how you do that sponge." I said, "Treat the sponge like you treat that sponge." And he just started going in circular motions. And then he looked, and I looked at him. He looked at me, and I looked at him. And his eyes got low, and my eyes got low, and my eyes got lower, and his eyes went high. And I looked at him, and he looked at me. He looked in the mirror, and I looked in the mirror. And I looked back at him, and I said, what? And he said, he didn't say shit. He put the sponge down and walked his ass in his room and started to play his video game. But he had them same fucking naughty looking curls on the top of his motherfucking head. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's all. They don't, these they don't like to say I'm sorry. They don't like to say you're right or none of that shit. They ain't even got to say it. When I love them, they ain't got to say I'm right. But they just gotta stop acting like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's a sponge with holes in it. What would the holes do? What these little holes in this sponge? What the fuck the hole is supposed to do? It's not like your hair is in real nice little spots gonna fit in that hole, and all of a sudden this hole gonna turn some kind of way and give you a curl. Ain't no motherfucking way. I'm like, y'all not thinking. We don't have a lot of active active brains in our community no more. Motherfuckers just don't think. You buy shit just because they told you it'll work. And they put a price on it and it's cheap. It's not even that expensive, but it ain't that motherfucker cheap. Because you could have got that sponge out the Dollar Tree. You could have got like a 2 or 3 pack for $1 at the time. You know what I mean? Now it's $1.25, might be $1.50, might be $3, it might be even $5, no telling. But anyway, um, but he was buying this sponge for $5 when he could have got a lot of sponges for $5. But that's my goddamn um that's my children for you. Listen, I think the world is going crazy. Now let me go show y'all Joshua little clip real quick. Cause I know y'all probably think about I'm tripping. But I'm gonna show y'all. Cause I couldn't talk much because my internet was acting up. But I sure was able to go grab them pictures, okay? I grabbed his picture and everything that relates to this nigga as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm not gonna get on him too bad, but I do want to know what, like, in 2026, 2025, 2024, we're gonna go all the way to 2020. Why is why are we acting and looking like bums? Is what I want to know. Like, there was a time when you couldn't walk out the house. They told you to wear some clean underwear. Your shit ain't had to be new, but it had to be clean. You understand what I'm saying? And you had to your hair had to be in place. It don't matter if you wore the afro, if you no matter what kind of hairstyle you had to walk out dressing appropriately. You know what I mean? And now motherfuckers is walking out with their hair sticking straight up in the air, like buckwheat. And buckwheat, that buckwheat shit, y'all don't understand that buckwheat shit. That was to make it fun of black people and their fucking hair. Okay? And now we got dudes really doing that shit. And then they make fun of the women because they got wigs on. So the women putting wigs on so they can look a little better. And the motherfucking men want to look like little girls with barrettes and shit. What do y'all not see this shit? What the hell is this? He using that sponge. But the thing is, he think this shit look good. See, I know what he using. Okay? The nigga need a hot comb, a perm, some locks, something. But it shouldn't be sticking straight up. The nigga need a barrette. Let me give him one. Hold up. I got it. Y'all know I got it, babe. Now I was making fun of him over there, and he took it like a champ. He ain't say nothing or nothing, you know what I'm saying? He ain't say not a damn thing, which was best for him. But I'm gonna take off the makeup on him. Okay, let me take off the makeup. Let me see if I can get an eraser. Oh, that's erasing the wrong color. Let me take off some of the stuff. Can't do it. I'm gonna have to start all over. Okay, so I gave him some Borex, and because I don't know how to draw Borex for real, you know what I'm saying? I I made him. Wait a minute, I need a color. What I have it on blur? Oh, okay, let me see. This one right here, especially this one right here, because it's standing straight the fuck up. Maybe if you put a bow red on it, it'll flip, flop, or something. What is this? I'm gonna have to put the link in so the ladies can come up and give me some advice on what could I do in this picture to make this look better. Besides, what I would want to do is cut it all off. Just take that shit all off. What is going on, young people? What y'all doing? Why are you doing it? What's going on? He look much, even though he's not a bad looking dude. Now listen, what I would say is I caught this picture in a bad time because he looked fucked up in this picture. But he's not a bad looking young man. Okay, facial wise. Okay, I don't want to give him that bad look, even though something is wrong with this eye right here. But I think if I give him a patch, okay, let me give him a black patch on this picture. I'll give him a patch right here. See, see, he looks so much better. Don't he look better? He don't look so crazy right now. Cause that one eye, I caught him in a crazy mood, okay? But he like oh Lord. I don't know, but they be so young and dumb. They'll tell you no. I on the panel today, there was it was AR. Is that the name? AR. AR was the one talking about y'all too old. Y'all need to listen to young people. As they tell us how they want to go back to the back in our time when we was kids and shit. And I'm thinking, I told them we can't even raise our children the way, today we can't raise children the way we was raised. And I'm gonna tell y'all, listen, you can't. You will end up in jail, okay? For the shit that we used to do. There was parents who literally was sending their children out, boom, in the morning, and they wasn't allowed to go back in the house. Now, and it's the way they would treat it, right? They would say, if you come back in, you can't go back out. And y'all don't understand how many times we had to set it up with our friends on who house we gonna go to use the bathroom. Cause we all had that one time where we could go in that house. One time, listen, in a whole day, 10-hour day, 10 fucking hours, maybe even more than that, right? 10-hour day, your ass had one time to walk in that house. And when you walked in, they told you, if you bring your ass back in here, you ain't going back out. So the way we would set it up is all of us as friends, we would set up different times, like what time you gonna go. Because when they go, we all going with them. We gonna go in her house to get some water. We all was outside at 7:30. But at 10:30, we was thirsty than motherfuckers, right? And the water hose from the water hose water tasted funny. So it depends on what time of year it was. Like if it's steaming hot, that goddamn water, that water hose water would taste real funny. You could taste the hose in the water. So if we have no choice, that's the route we would go. But if somebody we like, who who house we going to? And then we all would go together. And if we all went by my friend Tara house, when we went to Tara house, as we walking out, Tara mom would say, "Don't you bring your ass back in this house. You come back in, you ain't go. If you come back in, you ain't going back out." And we all would be like giggling because we all just got our water out of Tara's house. And then we went about our motherfucking business. We running around. Listen, I told y'all the time me and my cousin got snatched up. We ended up miles and miles away. You understand? Like, here's getting snatched up by people living in the community. That shit happened to me. I'm lucky to be here today. Now, we got on a bus, didn't have no fucking money, crying, two little girls. My the wasn't even the oldest. I'm the one who's like 7. She's 9 years old. We are far a fucking way. You do that shit today, motherfuckers is telling because we don't have the community we used to have. See, it used to be the village, and sometimes people think of the village as it had to be your neighbor, but no, the village was just your neighbor. You didn't have to live in the same community, but you was in a community based on your color, right? So when we got on that black man's bus, he didn't even know us. We didn't know him. He saw two little girls crying. And you know what he didn't do? He didn't call no police. He didn't call, you know what I mean? We were scared we gonna get our ass beat. He didn't do none of that. He just let us get on and dropped us off when we hit the bell to get off the bus. We got off, and I ain't never seen that man again. You don't have to live in the same spot to be a community, to protect your own or protect people, period. It don't even have to be your own, right? But if we talking about communities, these dumbass niggas like this one and this dumbass nigga right here, let me go get him again. The way they talk about the community as if they know what the fuck they talking about, it's the most ridiculous shit ever, right? I've been in areas where I did not live because when we kids, we end up every fucking way, especially back then. I'm in New Orleans. Y'all, I live out on the outskirts of New Orleans, right? But here we are as little kids in fucking New Orleans. All it took us for us to get in somebody's car, right? And just to get in somebody's motherfucking car. Somebody you think is cool because you know them because they from the community or some shit like that. And your ass could be in a whole nother city, if not a whole nother fucking state on some real shit. But no matter where we were, there was a group of people watching us as if they was in our community. Cause we were still community. Where is little nigga at? The one who looks slower than a motherfucker. Nigga looks slow. I don't even know what's going on with these niggas and they reflections, their afflictions, they something about their facial expressions and their bums. And I don't think they know it. Do you think they know it? Cause they either just outright lying to us, which I do believe. But some people be wanting to give people credit. And I'm saying, what the fuck? People don't give me credit just based on me saying some shit. I can't go to the motherfucking jewelry store and say, "Hey, how you doing? I have a job," and the motherfucker just believe me and give me motherfucking credit, right? Nah, the motherfuckers want some proof. Only these niggas here, only in our community will we give niggas like this credit for what they say. And then they end up on my panel telling me everything. And I listen and I remember. And then they on another panel saying something totally opposite. And I'm like, but didn't you tell me this? No, I didn't. And then I'd be like, but you said, and then they start agreeing. Well, that was then, but I since changed. Like, nigga, that was just 2 weeks ago, nigga. Last week you was making 80,000 and this week you making 110 a year, nigga. You got that type of a raise in 2 weeks, and they just think we're dumb. And I, for one, I be trying my damnedest. Y'all, I don't think y'all understand. I be on the panel. Man, I be muting myself because when I forget to mute myself, that's when you'll hear me say shit like, these niggas dumb. There's some dumbass shit. I be wondering what the hell is Sharon doing? Like, Sharon will talk to this nigga all and that other one about the same thing. And Sharon will end up going down that little ramp with him and shit to where he forgot how the topic started. So I was the first one to say, yeah, we can't even raise kids the way we was raised. It's illegal, right? And this dumbass nigga right here say, it ain't never legal. It was never illegal. Then somebody said, well, Sharon said, well, when he was 10, he was in a whole nother state or another borough, right? When he was 10. And back then, that was not a crime. Like I said, the police will blame you if my mom, if they caught me stealing, even any motherfucker way. Did y'all know they would bring my ass home and blame me? My parents ain't they would not ask them, did you know where she was? Do you know what she was doing? They wouldn't question her like she did something wrong. Shit, you're lucky if the police didn't whip your ass. Motherfucker beat your ass and bring you home, and then you get another ass whipping by your parents. But anyway, this little nigga right here, man, um, something special about this baby. Something wrong with that baby right there. Something wrong with that baby. And he say he got kids, and he educating them, and that is where I cannot stand it. I, before I can be all cool, nigga want to play like he wealthy and rich and he a rapper and this and that. And nigga, go clean your ass. You look dirty. This nigga look fucking dirty. And I know, listen, I know I'm cracking jokes, but I'm not joking. He looked like he is a straight up dirty bum. Look at this shit. Let me see if I can zoom this shit in. Look at this shit. Who and where did they met? Like, listen, I'm not saying we can't look bad at times. You know what I'm saying? We always don't always look good, especially when we in our house. Nigga, keep your cam off though. Like turning on your cam is like walking outside. You know what I'm saying? Turning on your camera is like walking outside. So wash your face. This nigga got a booger in his nose. Let me show y'all. Let me go. I gotta go to the Lord, it's too much. I shouldn't have to point out no boogers. Y'all tripping. Y'all got me over here tripping. I'm tripping. Okay. This is too much for me. This nigga got a booger in his motherfucking nose. Okay. Um, and I don't know what to do about it. Maybe should I swipe it away? Should I draw it away? What y'all think? Because it's too much for a bitch like me. I'm sorry. Um, it's just too much. I shouldn't be seeing no boogers in this nigga nose. Okay. Um. Let's see. Checklist. No settings. It's maybe because this nigga got a whole booger in his nose, right? You can see up his nose. Shouldn't even be able to see up his nose. He looked like he looking down for what reason? When the hell you think his cam is? Like, and why is his hair looking like this? Like, and then think he said he like in his mid-30s and grade up. And I'm just saying, like, nothing wrong with having gray, but when you do, it looks sexy if it's combed at least. Combed, groomed, neatly. Where does scruffy shit come from? Okay? Go and get this shit hadn't been do we even have maybe you have those why that look like a braid? Wait, no, that might be the wire on his cord. Okay, yeah, I was about to trip and say this nigga got weave in his hair, but the truth is a lot of these men started their hair with weave. Okay? It started their hair with weave. Um, but what is this under his chin? It's like all uneven. It just look nasty. And I wonder, do they just not know it? Or they think I'm tripping? Or maybe I am tripping. Maybe y'all think I'm tripping too. Y'all think I'm tripping because it just look bad. Okay. And if it was my children, like with my children with that damn sponge shit, yeah, I eventually kept looking at him. Look where the one. I'm looking at him and I'm like, what are you doing? You could just go to sleep in the morning at night and wake up and your hair will look like it look now. Except you got a few of them standing straight up. And just because it's standing straight up don't make it a curl up. And my son's got naturally curly hair, y'all. We got and it's not even that tight. So all you have to do is really just groom his hair, and it got the wave. Oh, he could, if he want waves, he brushes it down and he got waves. If he wanted curly, right, he take his comb and comb in a certain way, get it twisted, and now he got whatever. He put some, if he put some stuff in his hair, moisture in his hair, like I told him all his life, but he don't see a lot of kids doing that. I'm like, put moisture in your hair and you'll have lots of curls. You'll have what you're looking for. But they be, I don't know, they want to look like this dude. Let me go find him. Um, First let me put the link in, y'all, so y'all can come up. Hey, HT Ball, who we got? We got introverted in the house. What's going on? He said, please zoom out. It looks so bad. Either man, how you doing, Reese? I don't know. Like Eater Man over there, when I see Eater Man, I'm not sure if he's still here, but Eater Man be looking clean, right? He be over there. He look like he take pride in himself. He even get over there and start exercising. Uh-oh, what happened? Is my Zoom gone? Oh, okay, no, it's not. I think I just stepped away from the YouTube, which you got to come back so I can see the chat. But anyway, um, Eat a man. Every time I see him, he's smiling, look groomed and everything, right? He's even up losing weight. He gets out and do the push-ups. I seen him in the gym. That's a man who's prideful in his appearance, in him, his grooming. He looks like he smell good. I ain't even gonna lie. He do not look like he's in any way. Even in the gym, I don't be looking at him and be like, oh, he's stay. I just like look like he keeping taking care of himself. Don't understand this. And I'm not, he looked like a Rastafarian, right? Without being a Rastafarian. And I'm not even, see, it's the Rastafarians, right? The ones who I have known in my life, right? They truly are from a whole nother country and they have a certain dialect. They know how to speak English too, but I can barely understand them. They have this heavy accent, and I understand them, right? When I mean like they culture. But this black man, and it's almost like they just give up on life and say, well, and then they're gonna start calling themselves Rastafarians until them Rastafarians step up to their ass and call them out on their fakeness, okay? And you should be ashamed of yourself, okay? This is shameful. Shame. I have a son with dreads. They go down past his butt. And by the way, I'm gonna be auctioning him off this year, ladies. Anybody who ready for a family, you wanna have a family with a family who loves families, where you're gonna have support and everything. Because I want some more grandkids. You see what I'm saying? Um, then we gonna speak. We gonna talk. Okay, I got the okay to auction him off, and I'm not charging him no money. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about what you're gonna get and what you're gonna give. And I'm just letting you know straight up. If you're not trying to have no kids, then don't hit me up. Okay. He wants a family, a woman who he could have family with and take care of. He gonna do his part. And then I'm gonna do my part as a grandmother. I'm gonna spoil all the kids, okay? But then, you know what I mean? But you gonna be the mother. You know what I mean? I'm not stepping in no motherhood for you. Don't be trying to leave no kids with me. I ain't that kind of grandmother. You can leave them with me on the weekend, though. I ain't gonna lie. Even every other day, I'm okay with that too. Okay, but you still got to be the mother though. Okay, they're gonna know me as my mom. They're gonna know me as their grandmother, their granny, whatever y'all want to call her. I don't give a damn. But you can't call me mother. Okay, I want my grandkids to know their mother and their father. Bam, bam, boom, and that's how we're gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna be supportive of each other. But that's another conversation for another day. Okay. And I gotta find out the age range that he interested in. But yeah. Okay. And listen, if you over 50, then you out. Ain't no we ain't doing none of that. I don't give a damn if my son do like older women. I don't give no damns, okay? Fuck up out of here. You cannot be my age fucking with my son. I will fuck you up. We will be fighting, ho. Stay with listen, if you want the youngins, you got to stay out of my fucking family with that shit right there. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Um, I believe in dating in your own motherfucking dating pool. Don't be trying to get in no kiddie pool, bitch. Okay, I want grandkids, ho. That's all I'm saying. And we ain't going too young neither. Okay. He 31. And so the lowest I'm searching for is 25. And he 31. We go 5 years. 5 years, maybe 6. It depends on, where she at mentally. Okay. But we looking for some women who ready to have children. Okay. None of that shit where, well, I might want them in 18 years. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna be dead in 18 years, possibly, okay? That shit ain't gonna work. Anyway, let's get back to this dirty looking nigga right here. First of all, he's slow. And maybe that's what it is. Okay? So something wrong with that baby. Something wrong with this baby. I bet you when he was young, they was always in the church saying, something wrong with that baby. When he was brought home and, and in the bassinet and you know how the elders look at the baby and be like, oh, look, he's so cute, or she's so cute. They look and they have no words to say. And when they have to search for shit like, ooh, cute outfit, if somebody look at your child and say cute outfit, just know they thought deep down, reached down in their heart and tried to pull out a compliment. And that's the only one they was able to pull out. Okay. Now they say, "Oh, she's so cute," or "He's so cute." Look at the outfit as well. Now that's different. But if they go, "Ooh," and then they stop for a moment, they pause, and then you could tell they scanning over the baby. They scanning over everything, trying to pull out something nice to say. Okay, just know that that person tried their very best. Okay, they tried their very best. I'm one of them people. I try my very best to give a compliment. Okay, if I say, "Ooh, look at the soles of their feet is so cute," just know I tried. I searched and scanned every part of them and tried to come up with something. Okay, now you can't blame me. You might have to blame yourself or the daddy. Okay, the mammy and the daddy for what you produced. But they got some ugly babies that end up being handsome when they grow up. So there's always hope, baby. There's always fucking hope. Okay. So don't give up. Don't give up on the ugly babies. Let me tell you something. One of my sons, he was funny looking when he was born. Because he first of all, he was a preemie. Oh man, he had that weird shaped head. I remember my mother-in-law talking about you could mold his head. And I grabbed my baby from her, talking about molding my baby head. I'm like, his head gonna be just fucking fine. Okay? Let me, stop. Tom is going too far. I ain't lying though. Listen, I ain't telling you no lie. My son had a weird shaped head when he was born, baby. I'm gonna have to look at it today to see. It did change though. It changed. I could show you pictures of him and shit. But when he was a baby, I show you his baby pictures. Y'all, he looked like an alien. Okay, so I have a right to speak on ugly kids. You understand what I'm saying? Because one of my sons was ugly when he was born, but he was a preemie though. He was a preemie. So he had that preemie look. He looked like he just wasn't fully developed his cranium of his motherfucking head. Gotta stop. Gotta stop being bad. See, I said I was gonna come into 2026 slow, like I was coming in slow. I was gonna be good. I said it. I said I'm gonna try, but these bummy looking ass niggas it's just hard. It's hard. Okay, I said in 2026, I kept saying it over to myself. I'm gonna be good in 2026. I'm gonna be good in 2026. What in the hell? Somebody beat this nigga up. Oh, shit. I gotta show y'all this shit right here. Like this. Oh my God. Oh, they, I saw a little. Wait, let me put the. Oh my goodness. I saw this little picture, like a little what they call it, thumbnail of this motherfucker right here. This motherfucker look like he beat down. They tore his motherfucking ass up. Oh my God, let me see.
First couple rounds, I was winning. I think when we start tying up, he's just really big, really young. really fit. And I think I got tired, but that's not an excuse. And
That nigga said, I think I got tired, nigga. You got beat down. You got fucked up. You got your age beat. Talking about, I think I got tired. Nah, nigga. You got fucked up. Both your arms is Oh, Lord. This is what I'm talking about. And the nigga deserved it. Who whipped his ass? Anybody know? Y'all let me know. Goddamn, I got to go see. Okay. Who whipped Andrews Tate? Oh, it looked like somebody named Chase D. Moore. Let's go see who that is. Let's see who Chase. Man, Chase whipped this motherfucker's ass. D. Moore. Yeah, let's see who this is. Ooh, Chase D. Moore whipped his ass. Not even a black man whipped this motherfucker's ass. Ooh, wait. Is he? Wait, he's a football player? Oh, wait. No, they got two. Okay, wait a minute. Who is this? Uh, this must be him. Okay. He do look like a he do look like a black man, maybe mixed Latino, Spanish, based on that. Okay. He tore his motherfucking ass up. Well, I don't know, but I gotta see a clearer picture. Cause right here, that motherfucker looks straight white. You know how they be going get tans and shit. I don't know. I'm still. He whipped his motherfucking ass, and motherfucker gonna be talking about I got tired. Talking about he was fit. Nah, no shit, Sherlock. He whipped your ass. You
any regard, that's just him sticking to the right game plan and beating me up. So
Ooh.
fair play to Chase. I've had lots of fights myself, and I don't like when people sit at the presser and start giving a bunch of bullshit. Chase won. That's it.
Yeah, you ain't got no choice because your eyes is smooth.
Losing your footing. Is that the case? Ever been punched in the face, friend? Well, I mean, if you got hit a little harder, you wouldn't ask such silly questions. Oh, well, I mean, you're from the sun, right?
Hey, guys in the back, can we have quiet, please?
Well, mainstream media, that explains that. So, yeah, Chase hits hard. He's a 110-kilo heavyweight champion. I had to explain the fight. I felt good. Fighting camp went good.
You felt good in the beginning.
I felt good psychologically. First couple rounds, I was winning. I think
you don't look like you was winning at all. Okay, look like every punch he landed on your face.
I think when we started tying up, he's just really big, really young, really fit, and I think I got tired. But that's not an excuse.
He said, "I think I got tired." Okay, let me. I quit. I saw this at the bottom down there, and I just saw two. It looked like his eyes were swole, baby. That's why I clicked on it. Okay, I forgot what I was going to look for when I saw that shit. Okay, but damn, didn't somebody else just get beat up? Oh yeah, what his name? What um the fake ass boxers who be wanting to fight boxers? That motherfucker, I heard that nigga skull goddamn near crushed. God damn. What his name? One of them is they like brothers. And they've been scamming lots of motherfuckers, young people. The internet is dangerous. Our children be fine. Like Leak, right? He don't follow no one in particular, but he follows like little trends. And you know, he got an older sister, so that 6'7" shit, I still don't know what that mean exactly in his you know what he mean when he said or what they said, right? So I'm still trying to figure that one out. And he like what's them drawings? He keep drawing them goddamn skippity. It used to be skippity toilet, but he don't do that anymore. Now it's this other thing, right? I gotta watch who he watches because he know Andrew Tate. My 6-year-old son, a grandson, knows Andrew Tate, and he also mentioned a few other people, like these big interneters, right? YouTubers. And he knows their name. And I'm thinking, when do you even even watch any of that shit. Um, so I guess our kids, right? And so we do have these younger kids, especially these men who listen to Andrew Tate. They said that they're making him like millions of dollars. Uh, when he was fake rich, which he was popular due to the sport he was in, but he wasn't. From my understanding, they didn't say he was like that good. I'm not saying they said he was bad, but what I think he did like the boxing shit, kickboxing shit. But they say he got real popular when he started talking that red pill shit. That's when like because everybody don't look at kickboxing or boxing and shit like that. The younger people started picking up on him when he was start telling them what a man is, what women should do for men, and how and shit like that. And lots of young boys want to know that. They want to know how to be a man. If they don't have a dad or uncle or somebody who's actively saying this is how you be a man, even if the dad is there, because I don't see the dad saying, "Hey, this is how you be a man. Come on, let me teach you." Nah, the dads are at work doing what he has to do to keep everything rolling, and the kids are in the room looking at YouTube, and a man said, "This is how you be a dad or be a man." And so we don't know how to combat this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like if I had a daughter and I wasn't saying this is what you do to be a woman or be a young woman or this and that, but they're gonna go and find other people. They're gonna find their friends who gonna be telling, yeah, this is what women do. I could be doing something completely opposite, but their friends tell them, oh, this is what real women look like. You're like, your mom is a real woman. You know what I mean? Yeah, fighting the Nicki Minaj's and shit out here. Nicki Minaj had the whole motherfucking group of young girls thinking they could be Barbies, but not only that, but that they could change their whole attitudes and have imaginary motherfuckers in their head and be different people at different times. And I watch the young people because I told y'all and have a nonprofit dealing with the kids, and I'm watching these young girls in particular, you know, especially Roman, what do we call Roman's revenge and shit time, right? And I'm wondering, like they were acting like they were queens and shit, the way they would come and talk, and I'm like looking at them, like trying to figure out who they talk. What's this? Now, see, I listen to Nicki Minaj music, but I ain't never follow not a motherfucker ever. You ain't gonna find that I follow anybody. Like if I listen to your music, all I know is your motherfucking music. I don't know nothing about if you're married, single, who you dating, if you're divorced. I don't know nothing about you, and it ain't none of my motherfucking business, right? But the internet has changed that, and now we know people, or we think we know people, and we'll listen to their music because we think their music good. But then they'll do like Nicki just recently did, right? Pissed off a lot of her bees or whatever they call it, motherfucker. What? No, she the Barbies. No, wait, I'm confused. Beyonce are the bees, right? And yeah, she's the Barbies, right? Now, I'm not wrong with saying you're a Barbie, but yeah, something wrong with you saying you're a Barbie, depending on what age you are. Okay, we got grown ass women still calling themselves Barbies, and nothing wrong with that from them being when they were little girls, but now they're still Barbies and shit. And then Nicki Minaj was able to crush you by just stating her real or paid for opinions recently. And I'm thinking to myself, why is people mad? You shouldn't be following no bitch like that anyway. You shouldn't be following nobody to that degree. Where their opinions on whether it's politics or how to handle men, like people was mad at who she married. I'm thinking, the fuck is you mad at who she married for? She the one who got to deal with that motherfucker. We ain't got to deal with her. And who says that she's so much better than anybody else that she don't deserve exactly what she got? We don't know, right? Don't know nothing about it. I'm not saying nothing good or bad about her. I'm saying the problem isn't Nicki. The problem is us, the ones who blindly following people that you do not know. You don't know nothing about them. Nicki is not, well, Nicki wasn't who Nicki was playing to be in the beginning. And then Nicki just, y'all done dumped that shit on her, and now she had to be this fake ass bitch. Like I watch her and Mariah Carey on the show, and both of them wanted to be the head queen when they were just shooting shots at each other. That shit didn't look good to me. Like I'm watching two women who should have been, who was pretty, sitting on that show, and it looked like they were being catty. And it didn't look like it was jokes neither. Like it was, it just, it wasn't that, where you kind of cracking jokes, and it was, you could tell that it was catty for real. And it didn't look good, you know? Um, it didn't look good. Oh, what the hell is this? It says Taz though. Oh, it must have forwarded. It went, but it's a white woman talking now. Wait, let me see. Uh, it says Taz.
Standing leadership. Minneapolis City Council member Jamal Osman spoke at that.
Oh, I think that is Taz. That's Taz channel. Is he live or is this a? Oh no, he did this 6 hours ago. Oh, they got the scandal. I want to know what the scandal is about because I don't trust nothing that comes out of the Trump administration. Y'all, and listen, y'all can't blame me for that. I don't trust not a fucking thing that come out of there. If Trump said it, I don't believe it until I go and do some research and figure it out, right? But they got people who just believe anything he say. You know what I mean? Especially when it might be somebody you're already against. If you're against certain people already, then all they got to do is feed it to you, and then you will jump on board. I'm not that type, right? I don't. Liars are liars. Once you lie, and I'm not talking about no small little lie. I'm not talking about somebody lying that they make 6 figures and they only make you know what I'm saying. They make less than 16,000 a year, but they claiming they make 6 figures. I ain't gonna be too harsh on them because I know they lying, and I know why they lying on the internet. Okay, because they say fake it till you make it. That's what Kevin Samuels told them to do. Okay, fake it till you fucking make it. But the thing is, like, how long Kevin Samuels was faking that shit all his life. It stressed him out, you know, and I don't know. But I've seen these Somalian people apologizing for whatever they done. So I don't know if they're apologizing because they know they can't win or if they really did some shit. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, but anybody, I'm gonna put the link up. Anybody know, y'all can come up and tell me about it, or we could do some research on it. Uh, but I really ain't been caring, to be honest, okay? Because all they got to do is apologize to Trump, promise him some money, and then he'll let that motherfucker shit go. That's the criminal who's in office right now. And I've been watching these people apologize. They said dozens are charged. So if a dozen people are charged, what happened in 2022? If it happened in 2022, what the fuck is this 2026? Hell, it came up in 2025. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, and they happened. Let me see. Testified lawyer feeding now feature. It looked like they was over there scamming, baby. Listen, we could look and point at them right now, but a lot of black people going to jail for them loans, baby. Look, sometimes you just gotta say, I'm out of that one right there, as a race. Cause shit, they've been catching white people, black people. I guess they didn't caught the Somalians, and they didn't just catch them. They got in trouble way back in 2022. So Trump bringing some shit up now, and now motherfuckers is scared. That's what they get. Okay, they deserve it. Anyway, I ain't gonna talk about the politics. Let me get this link out here so we can have us some fun. And I'm gonna get this slow ass nigga off my camera. I don't know why I brought him up anyway. Listen, this is why. Because I want to be something like auntie, even though I say I want to be no aunties in 2026, okay? I'm talking about to these men. You're dirty looking, baby. And listen, if you came in my house, I'm gonna be honest. You know what I would do? If you came to my house, like you was to say you was one of my kids. If you're one of my kids, you wouldn't. Nah, my kids like to smell good, look good. Look, I ain't even gonna lie. One time I was thinking son's gonna be metrosexual, right? Because they got all the conditioners and moisturizer for the face. I be asking the ladies for advice, but the truth is my sons got all that shit. But some of y'all done mentioned when I go in their bathroom, they got all that shit, moisturizer and everything. The thing is, I'm be scared to put it on my face. You know what I mean? I need to know a little more about it. But my sons been on it. They be on it. They smell good, look good. You know what I mean? Um, so it couldn't be my sons because maybe the way we both raised them. You know, my husband wouldn't allow the sons to even go outside without their shirt on. You know what I'm saying? And and he told him that you go out, you represent the family. I didn't push that so much. You know what I mean? Because they always they I guess they dad did it. I didn't have to. You know what I mean? Um they saw when we went out, we looked and smelled good, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? Um so if this man came to my house and he was one of my nephews and he came in, right? He said, "Hey, auntie," and then he goes up to see his cousins, which are my children, right? And then I would say to my husband, "Hey, did you see him? What's going on with this? What's wrong with that baby?" You know, I would talk about him to my husband first of all, right? Now my husband, I don't know. I don't think he would say anything to him, but I would have to tell him, "Babe, you need to go talk to him," because he looked like a bum. He looked like he about to rob some fucking body. He looked like he waiting around to hit you in your head to take your pocketbook. Okay, that's what I would tell him. I would be like, I would tell hubby, or I may have to go in there and talk to my sons to talk to their cousin. Like, can you loan him some clothing? You got any extra toothbrushes or some shit? Like, what's going on? And and this is bad. And who told me to turn on his cam looking like this? Why? Go get your hair retwisted. Cut that shit off or do something with it. It looked long enough where you could brush it. It looked like he could brush his goddamn roots and they will lay down. It looked better than it being stuck up like this. What is going on? And then they say I'm mean, but the truth is not being mean. The truth, right? And when I say it to you nicely, you don't act like you hear me, right? When I be like, "Hey, you need to go get your hair done," right? I just say, "Hey, I think I mentioned to him, do we need to get his hair retwisted?" You ignored me. I get it. Nigga, you making all that money, you ain't got time to retwist your hair. Somebody need to retwist it. Nigga, get in the mirror and retwist this shit yourself. This is bad. It look like the nigga got a little afro in the front and dreads in the back. This is crazy. No line up, no shape up, no nothing. And what is going on? And nigga, get that booger out your motherfucking nose. Nigga, 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 nigga. Nigga, let me go find a beat. Nigga. We're gonna call the song nigga, okay? We gotta call this song nigga, because I don't even know what else to say. Maybe the beat will get me interested in saying something, but Lord have mercy. Let me Angel Essential. Okay, we always find something with him. I ain't been over there in quite a minute. Okay. Um, let's see what Angel got, cause nigga, 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 nigga.
Auto-Tune 2026 is finally here, and it's been rebuilt from the ground up to give you guys professional sounding vocals in literally seconds.
Oh Lord, this is something slow. I don't know if I got anything for it. Nigga, 26. Here we go. Hi. Your hair, your face, it all got to go. You're looking like a hoe, like a dirty hoe dropping to the floor. Hey, nick, And put your finger on the trigger. Looking dirt like a pigger. We gon' go. Hey, in the city, low light, here we see we do. I'ma tell you, but I never wanna look like you. It's true, it's true. You smell like boo, like boo, like poo. Shit, here we go. Take a dip, give a flick. Shit, it's what you smell like, Nick. Ah, your hair is really dirty, ho. Like I say, don't turn on the cam, not for the show, not for the show. Head to the door and go in, clean your top. Ha, brush your teeth, put your small ass meat. Here we go, beep, bye, head for the street. Bummy, look at his tummy. Here we go, look like he's very gummy. If he don't clean his teeth, the nigga won't have no teeth. Bummy, look at his tummy. From the front, he look bummy. Oh no. Why that slow ass shit came on? This, I don't know what's going on, but baby, look at this. You need help, okay? If you was one of my nephews, I don't know. I would give it to you nicely. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I might call your mom because if you my nephew, then that mean your mom or your dad is my, you know what I'm saying? My sister, right? Or brother. Oh hell no, this can't come from my family. Not that close. You had to go back to my uncle. Like it had to be like my close family are clean. You know what I'm saying? Clean. But you got when you get further out, maybe like a second cousin. And then by the time they his age, they clean. They may have been dirty when they was younger, but no, we got to go out third. We got to go out to we got to go 3 generations. You know what I'm saying? Because and to find dirty motherfuckers like this cannot be, baby. This you, no. And you wrong for this shit, black man. You wrong. I know I'm getting on you and shit, but I'm getting on you out of love, dirty looking nigga. Like y'all don't even understand you represent. The nigga want to talk be pro-black. Nigga be pro-black by cleaning your motherfucking ass and combing your fucking hair. The fuck you look like being pro-black, looking like you ain't shit, looking like a bum, looking like you dirty, looking like you don't care. Nah, nigga, you ain't pro-black, nigga. This shit is fucking ridiculous. You not representing black people in no good way. Clean your motherfucking act up, bitch. This is shameful. Okay? It's shameful. Now let's get back to the other nigga. The other nigga, right? At least he ain't in the black community, so it's hard for me to really care on what that motherfucker doing. We don't give a fuck with that nigga over there in the Mexican area doing. Okay, we know he is dirty. Okay, but at least that nigga got his teeth knocked out by boxing. And I just want to know, nigga, what happened to your chip tooth, nigga? What the fuck happened, young man? Y'all need you niggas who want to be pro-black and represent black neighborhood. When you dirty like this, your ass need to be hidden away. Getting up there talking about what we got to represent. Nigga, you represent the dirty nigga, the low dirty nigga. I don't know who you represent, but you don't need to represent none of us. You won't go get no education. You even complain about jobs, right? You talk about raising the kids. That's a good thing, but you need some help, nigga. Cause listen, you need help washing your own ass. Then I know you need some help raising some motherfucking children. And nothing wrong with asking for help. All you got to do is walk up to some little old motherfucking white lady, nigga, and ask her for help, for some soap, nigga. and a towel. But them bitches ain't got no towels, nigga. That's why you gotta come right back to the black community and ask us for a washcloth, nigga. But them bitches do not wash their legs, their backs, or their chests. Oh, okay? Smelling like who did it and why. Looking like who did it and why. You look like you stink. And that is not good. You're bad on the eyes. I can smell you through my motherfucking eyes, nigga. This ain't right. This is wrong. Okay? This is wrong, y'all. This is wrong. It's so wrong on so many levels. I'm so hurt to be going after him like this. But the truth is, the nigga is dirty looking. Now let me come find my own shit. I would y'all look, it's bad. I know. I don't know how to come to my own shit. But the nigga look dirty, okay? The nigga look dirty. And so I need some help. This is wrong. It's so wrong. On all levels of wrongness, the nigga is dirty. This is finger wrestling that piss, motherfucker. uh oh well, what's that crust around his nose? 18. Listen, you know this is out of love, baby. Okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. This is out of love. It's wrong. It's wrong. Okay. You can do better. I got nothing but hope for you. The hope that you won't turn on your cam no more until, you know what I'm saying? Shape it up, baby. Listen, if you ain't got the money to shape it up, then shape it up yourself. If you live close by, you could bring me a pair of scissors. I use my scissors that I cut my fabric with, and I will shape your ass up. Okay. Now I'm not good at it. I put a bold around and I'll just follow the line of the bold. You know what I'm saying? You have a bold has line up, but what I'm saying though, it'll be better than that shit you ain't got. Okay? I'm trying to be good to you. I'm, I'm trying to show you some love. It might be some people call it tough love, but you cannot be pro-black in public looking like you live with rats and shit. You can't do that. That's almost like sending a crackhead to go and represent you. You know what I mean? Like I can't be sending my brother to go and represent our family. In fact, we want to act like my brother is not my brother until some shit pop off, and then the family got to come together and have his back and shit, right? Because we family and shit. But I'm not sending my when people I swear to God, people be asking me, "That's your brother?" Like when I go home, you know, because I don't live there. I haven't lived there in many years. So when I go and visit, people do not be believing my family is my family. They be like, nah. They be like, that's your brother? That's your blood brother? I'm like, yeah, right. And they start looking and they start questioning me like there's no way. Like, y'all have the same mother and dad? I'm like, yeah. But see, the reason that is because I got the fuck up out, right? I told y'all, like for real, I got out. I got out of town, to Dodge, and I ended up farther away than I hoped because I wasn't trying to get away from everybody, of course. Now I was trying to get away from that small ass town with all my motherfucking family members. I would have had a baby by one of my cousins. But I did the fuck up here. That sounds like some weird ass shit to me, but apparently not everybody. Don't everybody believe what I believe in the family because the shit, man. When I get the word, I'll be like, my niece slept with her cousin, her first cousin. And it was a girl too. Wait, cousins are now sleeping with each other. Y'all, the fuck what's going on in today's society? You know how I used to have sleepovers when I was a young girl. Like when I was young, not many, they couldn't really sleep at my house. You had to be family to sleep at my house, right? And that even was like shit, like almost never happened. But cause my dad didn't play want nobody around the family. He was like thinking he protecting us from everybody and anybody, right? But um, I could go and stay by cousin's house and shit like that, right? Um, and one time I went to a sleepover for a birthday party. right across the street, and it was family. They were family, right? Um, and we played games. I remember like being the only. I always thought it was weird because at that party I was the only one who took a bath, right? And they thought it was weird. I remember them thinking I was weird because I took a bath, but in my family, you ain't getting no bed until you got in the bath. So I'm in these motherfuckers. I'm at the birthday party, y'all, and everybody getting ready for bed and put on their pajamas. And I went in the fucking bathroom and drew the bath water and got in that fucking tub. Now, I always wondered, I was young. I may have been at the time, I wasn't in high school yet, but I was in middle school. Okay. Um, I always wondered like why they cracking jokes on me because I done got in the fucking tub. But anyway, listen. Um, I found out that a couple of cousins, right? Cousins and shit, they got together and did a sleepover. Cause it's easy to sleep over at your cousin's house, right? You sleeping over at your cousin's house. That's the family. That's if you can't go nowhere and sleep over. If you can't go sleep over at cousin's house, y'all didn't know where you can sleep over. That's the one place I was able to go, family house, right? Um, and they had a, sleepover, all girls, and man, they was doing more than sleeping. Come to find out they was having a party. They was learning all kinds of shit with each other and shit. And I heard that shit and I was like, what? Like, is that? And so it always make me wonder, that's why I be listening to my ears to the pavement and I be listening. And when people be like, nah, bomb, people not doing that, I'm like, shit. I don't know where the fuck y'all ears be. My ears be to the, you know what I'm saying? My ears, and I'm hearing that I heard this happen in like college, but only in the movies. Like I went to college, y'all. I didn't go to college and stay there because by the time I went to college, I was married. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have children yet, but I was married when I first went to college. So I wasn't living on uh I was living on post. So my college I went to was right there, unless I had to go to the college, right? In Columbia. So I went to Columbia University. Anyway, I only had to go there twice ever when I was in Missouri. But anyway, I used to see in the and like I used to hear little things, and it usually was white people, and you may hear they went to an all girls school and they what they call it, like when you're learning about each other and shit. I heard that only in the movies, and I never heard that with no black people. But I'm not saying black people didn't do it. I just didn't hear that shit like that. So imagine my surprise when I start hearing that they have all girl parties and all the girls is they they're doing things. And listen, um, I guess I'm not so confused about girls getting together and learning about each other than I am that family members, like cousins, getting together. You know what I mean? Because I don't care what your sexuality is or anything like that. And you're gonna learn from somewhere, but I do really care, that it was that they were family. I I don't know why I care about that, but it just seems so wrong. It seemed wrong to me. It's just as wrong as a brother and sister, as in two cousins growing up together. You know what I mean? Especially at the age, we're not talking about no 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-olds. We're talking about teenagers. We're talking about 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And that, yeah. But then again, I guess I was, like Lena said, I was under rocks. I get, I don't know. I'd be wondering. I smell like a few jobs and ownership of land. That don't that don't sound good. And how many times I've been on cam, stop the cap. I haven't seen you on cam that many times. I don't know how many times you've been on cam. I just know the time you was on cam that I saw you for the first time that I can remember is is when I grabbed them pictures. It's like, damn. And by the way, do you think that, because I remember my dad, right, coming home from work. My dad worked construction, and we own land too, you know? Like you're speaking about owning land like that's some, what you talking about? Y'all got to stop. Owning land, like, you could buy land in Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee. They got land. Just owning land don't mean much enough. You could own land, and you could go to Arizona and own land. They damn near giving shit away. It don't mean you're gonna be able to do nothing with it though. But okay. Um, but when you say you smell like you got lots of jobs and you own land, that don't sound good to, especially to a woman like me who grew up with a dad who I came home every day, right? From work, and he would go directly to the bathroom. My dad would come in and we'd be like, hey dad. Dad walked through the kitchen to the hallway and went straight to the bathroom and got in the tub. And I think I told y'all once, my dad get out the tub, there was big ass ring around the tub. He worked construction. He would be coated in something that looked like dust, but it would be like gray color. You could see it on it. That's what my dad. That's how my dad. Hey Mo, that's how my dad came home every day. So for a man like you to tell a woman like me who was raised with a dad who did this shit, not just my dad, but my uncles work construction still today. I got uncles who still work construction today, and they are damn near 70. Little nigga, you ain't doing no special shit, and the way you speak it like you are. That's the fucked up thing. Like you think you're doing something that other men are not doing. And that is what makes this shit funny. That's what make you a joke. Now I don't know who else you around where your the friends you with, they ain't doing shit. So I guess you doing what you doing and make you feel big and bad. But I'm saying, nigga, what what where you learn this shit from? Y'all need some y'all need some men in your life. I'll be your daddy. I'm gonna come up with. Listen, I'm gonna come back with my stream. I used to do something called "I'll be your daddy." I'll be the pappy, and I'll teach you. Okay, the brag that you smell like you got jobs. I don't like most men in America have fucking jobs. So where you think you flex? Who you think you're flexing to? You're not gonna be flexing to no white people. You ain't flexing to no black people. You ain't flexing to no Mexicans, no Asians. Nigga, that's not a flex that you got a job. Most Americans have jobs. Even my ass over here who ain't worked for nobody, I still have a job. I'm still working over here sewing and shit. Like people have jobs, they do shit. Most people. And so when you say, well, you smell like you working, then I would say, nigga, go and wash your ass. Okay, that's what I got to say. Before you come over to my house or anywhere, before you go outdoors, bring your ass in your house, go straight to your bathroom and take your shower, nigga. Because we don't want to smell. You shouldn't be smelling like you working. That's something you do when you're at work. And then my sons work, they go to work out of here smelling good. Now, they don't work construction. They don't have those type of jobs. One of my sons, he about to graduate from trucking. I think I told y'all for a couple of years he wanted to do it. And he finally went and did it. Okay. He finally went and did it. He about to graduate this week. Yeah, this week. Next week. Next week, I'm sorry. This week just ended. Right? Today Friday, right? I think so. I gotta look. Yeah, today Friday. Okay, he graduated next week. Um Shit, he got me thinking I might want to go to trucking school. But see, my problem is I be going to school, I learn some new shit. I know so many things, y'all. I done went to school for like so many different things, or I would even take a class to learn some shit real quick. Come to find out I don't like it and I move on. But I like the fact that I have the knowledge of it. Gotta stop doing it. I'm getting too old for that. But then I said I want to do it some more. I want a new machine. The machine costs $10,000, y'all. And I kept saying, why do I want that $10,000 machine? Like it does the machine, what my machine does downstairs. The embroidery machine just have a larger embroidery area, but I don't do that much embroidery like that. You know what I mean? And so it's just almost like I gotta stop. I stopped myself a few years back from buying shit. You know what I'm saying? That last big purchase is downstairs, and I haven't sewn on it in a year. But I need to because I'm sewing something, and this machine can't handle it. I need to go and move this stuff off. Look, I have fabric sitting on the sewing machine, y'all, downstairs. I haven't sewn down there in a year. Anyway, I'm still stuck on going around flattering myself for no reason whatsoever. That is crazy. Right? It's too wrong. Do you ever take a break from talking? Well, Dave, I am the only one up here. Now, see, that's the weird thing, right? I'm the only one up here because I haven't dropped the link. So should I be silent? See, so the thing about me is I can talk and talk and talk. I could be up here 8 hours by myself and say some interesting things. I have a lot to talk about. It'll come to me. I'll talk about anything and everything, and I can do it, right? And there will be people who will listen to me. But that means I have some talent, right? I know how to tell a story and shit like that. So you don't like that, so you want me to shut up and it just be silence? Or you want people where they'll be like, well, Bomb ain't really got no talent because she always just have panels. And I'm like, um, usually when I drop the link, it's because people ask me to, or I realize I've been talking for a couple of hours, and then I realize, oh shit, let me drop the link. So there's a difference, there's a difference in me having to drop the link to have a show because I need to have other people up, or then me being able to just actually have a nice show, cracking jokes, having fun, you know what I mean? And doing my thing. Right? You see what I'm saying? So it's okay because people gonna complain either way. What I'm saying though, fighting complex when they come over. Okay, let me drop the link. Let me grab it. I didn't grab it, y'all. Let me grab it link. Now I just want fighter complex while grabbing the link because I am grabbing it right now. Um, that when I said what I said, I know because I froze, right? I froze. I don't know what absolutely came out my mouth, but what I said was he squirted, and before I can finish saying what I was saying, my computer screen froze, right? When y'all stopped moving, I knew my computer froze. So I don't know what you thought you heard me say, but soon as when I realized you were saying something, I was like, nah, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. So I wasn't saying anything bad. I don't know how the word squirted because you mentioned DNA. I don't know how that would come out even being bad on anything. I don't even know what you think I accused you of. But when it unfroze, I heard you calling me a hoe. A old hoe, the oldest hoe. And I'm thinking, God damn, like what the hell did I say? What came out of my mouth that will make you go back to calling me a hoe? But what I will tell you though, honey, the thing that you keep calling me a whore, but you can't prove it. Listen, I've been on this bitch, and I mean this bitch, right? I'm talking about on the internet, right? With proof that I've been here for over 30 years. And I've been active. Like I've hosted parties, been to parties, even some of the parties that, you've been hearing about for the last few years by now, right? I've even been to those parties. And you know what you never heard? Nobody ever come on this bitch and call me a whore. And I'm telling you, I have a lot of followers. I have a lot of followers. Lots of them. I'm not even active on none of my fucking accounts. I don't go on my Instagram and do anything except maybe share some clips. And that's only because I'm on there looking at clips and I just share them to like the storyline. That's all I do. That's why y'all don't know what the fuck I look like. So y'all make it up as y'all go. I don't care about that. Okay. People have been watching me for years, 30 years, damn near to be exact. Well, no, I didn't get on cam until 1999, New Year's. In fact, New Year's Day, when it turned midnight, my husband had bought me a camera for Christmas in 98, 1998. Okay, 1998. I'm just letting you know. In 1998, for Christmas, my husband bought me a camera. For my birthday, the same year. No, that's okay. I'm going too far. In 98 is when he bought me the camera. I'm about to say he bought me the high-speed internet too, but no. Okay. Um, I was still on dial-up on camera, and I could show you the motherfucker clips. Right? But what I'm saying is I already had a huge following, and nobody knew what the fuck I looked like at all. All they were listening to is my stories and reading my stories. I had no photos. My website was filled with black people, just like I do now. Put up pictures of black women, black men, black children. That's all I've been doing this whole 30 years on the internet, because there was nowhere else on the internet representing black people. Nowhere. So here I come, and I'm representing just by grabbing little cute little pictures, representing. Everything I did was surrounded by blackness. And so this is the thing though. I'll tell you what my names are. It's fountain cherry juice. Now go and look for anybody ever calling me a whore. Oh, and I got some clips, baby. I got some clips. In fact, give me a second. I'm about to put the link up. I got a clip that might make you be like, damn, she must have was a. Let me go grab one real quick. It's not gonna be too much. It'll be just enough. And even then, they didn't call me a whore. You know, but because at least men understood. See, and in real life you do, but on the internet, y'all act like y'all fucking stupid, right? On the internet. See, if I start going on my Instagram and shit, you will follow me. And you will follow me and look at me and watch every fucking thing I do. I know it. I don't know if you know it, but I know you would. Because you see, the young ladies don't even do what I do. Because like it's almost gone to be how should I use the word? Because it's not, the word's not sexy, right? Because it's sensual. The shit that'll turn you on and make you give me your fucking money. To make you think that I took my clothes off when I never took not a fucking thing off. You just got turned on and blinded by what the fuck I was doing. See, there's a talent in that. You know, because my shit used to be right here on YouTube, by the way. And so when you calling me a whore, you just heard other people say things. Just because I was webcam. See, today's webcam is not the same thing as back then webcam, in case you didn't know. Webcam just meant I was on fucking webcam. And people watch me on webcam, even on fucking dial-up. So if you know you're still on dial-up, then you don't have a lot of people on webcam. And that's why when I say I'm one of the first, right? One of the very first to actively be on webcam and charge people on a program. Some of the programs that you may not even know about anymore because they don't exist. I was the one they came to and gave them an idea. So they made money even off me. I made money with them. And so why would I be embarrassed about that? And just like on OnlyFans, everybody have their own niche. You got the women who, doing hardcore. You got the women doing softcore. You got the women cooking, cleaning, and you can go and ask any men. They watch me cook and clean and take care of my family for years. My webcams was on 24/7. I had to have a minimum of 2 of them on at the same time. If one of them went down, then I didn't get paid. At minimum 2, but at times I had 6 webcams throughout my house. But when I say that, automatically you go to porn and shit like that. I am married. I've been married the whole fucking time. And the only man anybody ever saw me with was my fucking husband. It's weird though, because you would just automatically go that she was a whore. When I said I was the first webcam person, I could prove it. And you're not going to be able to unprove it. I could show you webcam before high speed internet was there. I can prove it. And if anybody could even prove me a liar, I promise you they would be able to. You could go find some of the oldest shit I've ever done still on the internet, because the internet don't go nowhere, baby. And my name has always been the same. You just gonna have to go through a whole lot of indexing. By the way, that's what it's called here on Google and Chrome and all. That's index, right? Because I haven't used the name and been active for a very long time. You're gonna have to go far back, a lot of pages to find it. Or you could go on the dark web, because that's where you'll find everything. Anyway, so I just wanted to say, like, this shit, it's 2026, nigga, and I'm back outside, nigga. And you're not gonna just say any fucking thing. Just because, like, you calling me a whore, I mean, just because your mama may have been a hoe, now I ain't call her a hoe, but she may have been a hoe. Because the idea that you would just start calling me a whore when you didn't even hear what I said is fucking crazy. And so you get no pass from me, nigga. Okay? You just ain't shit. You ain't gonna never be shit. So I ain't got really much to say about you, right? I cracked a few jokes on you, but it's still not really that funny because nigga, like you ain't nobody for me to keep wasting my time just cracking jokes on your ass. I said what I said, and it said, nigga. Now go find when I was this whore, because I can assure you, I've been known for a very long time. Your daddy probably was watching me, bitch ass motherfucking nigga. That's why you can't get your teeth fixed, nigga, because your daddy gave me all your money, nigga. The money he should have been giving for you and your mama and all the rest of your siblings, nigga, he was giving to me just to watch me cook and clean, like what your mama probably was doing, bitch. Now it's weird that you niggas, right? You came up watching me, nigga, and then you want to talk about, and I'm not talking about me in particular, but you grew up watching the very thing that you didn't throw in women's fucking faces. And I'm saying the young women don't give a fuck, and you know goddamn well, nigga, I'm like they mamas and they aunties, nigga. I don't give no fucks about what you got to say. Okay? When you show me your motherfucking wife and your motherfucking family, nigga, then you could talk to me about any fucking thing. Or when you think you can sit and have a conversation with my husband. You see, that's the funny one, right? Because I get on here and son you little niggas. You know why? Because that's all you are to me. Little fucking niggas. I don't, and I call you little niggas because you couldn't be my sons. Because you're not my sons. My sons don't move like you move. And they don't move like you move because they had a mama and a daddy who wouldn't allow them to move like you move. Oops, hello. Hey, babe. You okay? Thank you. Ooh, that smell good. Thanks, babe. See, I had to straighten up when hubby come in here, okay? But listen, I'm a woman of a particular type. You understand? I am used to certain things. I'm not spoiled. I never requested to be nobody's queen and none of that shit. But I ain't against a woman who does, right? Because I do expect certain things from my husband, and he expects certain things from me. I treat him a certain way so he can treat me a certain way. It's called equal and equitable respect and love, right? I consider love to be respect. When people ask me what love is, I'm like, I realize what love is now. Because I don't do everything that my husband want me to do because I'm my own person. And he don't do everything I want him to do because he is his own person. I just gotta respect what he does. As long as it's respectful. And if it's not respectful, then we're going to talk about it. It's going to be dealt with however we deal with it. But we're not going to let no little punks on no goddamn internet who couldn't find out how to get no fucking wife, right? Probably ain't got no children, but if you do, you don't claim them, right? Because you're on here when you should be taking care of some children, reading books to them and shit. See, I've done all that already. Not only did I do that with my children, but I got a whole grandson. And I'm quite sure even on my channel, you can find me and my motherfucking grandson learning some shit. You know? You can find me teaching him how to play instruments without the actual instruments. Because now we got technology. You don't even have to go buy a drum set. My oldest son, have a drum set in storage, a whole fucking drum set. Because he saw that movie Drumline and he wanted to play the drums. And I went and we got him a drum set. I didn't rent it, I bought it. Okay. At first I was trying to rent that shit. And then I just paid for it. So it could be his. And then once I bought the shit, he didn't want to do it no more. It was crazy as hell. He did it for 2 years. But he know how to play drums. But anyway, so when you call a woman who you could actively see, like if you don't, like you could find videos of me with my sons. Like you can literally go and find videos of me talking to my sons. You can see me cooking and cleaning, cooking from scratch. You can see me doing all that shit. Like that shit is on the internet. It is literally here. You can, if my grandson, he won't be here till tomorrow, but if he was here, you could hear. You watch me from when he was an infant, came to this house straight from the hospital. And I'm changing him and singing to him, teaching him patterns and everything, numbers. He is so intelligent right now. Not just from me. I'm just one of many. I'm one of many. He has a whole nother side on his mom's side of the family. One of his grandmothers is a teacher, an actual fucking teacher. I'm not a teacher. So, but I'm very active in my grandson's life. I'm active in my son's life. When they decide to move out, then that's what they're going to do, right? I'm never going to push them out because I don't have to, right? They work jobs. They have careers. They doing their own thing. One of my sons just changed his whole career. He worked for the same company, though. Same company. He just wanted to decide to be a truck driver for him. And they paid for him to go to school and everything. So he could be a truck driver for him. And when they decide they're going to move out, they already know once they leave, they can't come back. I've been told them that, but we ain't never push them out. And I'm never going to push them out. They're really not even in the nest. They just live here. I see them. I only see my sons with my grandson here. My son who has the grandson, his son is my grandson. I don't even see him unless my grandson is here. I haven't seen him in days. My oldest son, I only saw him today because he was off today. And I went out and I saw him. And I say Happy New Year's to him. They sent me a text telling me Happy New Year's. I don't see, just because we live in the same house don't mean that we see each other. But see, that's the thing too, right? Because nobody in this house sleeps on no couches, baby. If they want to sleep on the couch is in their room. They got their own TVs, not just one, but each of them have 2 TVs. Got a TV in the bathrooms. You see what I'm saying? TVs all around this motherfucker. I don't live in no very large house, but it's large enough for my family where we don't have to see each other. Everybody got a nice size room. Everybody have their own bathroom. And the only thing is shared is the kitchen. Okay? The kitchen is shared. And I guess if we was in the living room and the dining room area, it would be shared. But we don't do that. I did switch my dining room to a whole nother sewing area. That's where my other sewing machine is. I switched that years ago. Got rid of the dining room table and everything. And my husband be in the living room and I be in our bedroom. I'm in the bedroom and hubby might be even on the channel right now downstairs looking at it on his TV. Well, I call it his TV because the living room is his. I used to have the living room, before I started sitting down a couple years back. 7 years to be exact. I used to be in the fucking living room doing karaoke, singing, dancing, and twerking and all that shit. Okay. Um, I'm gonna have to see how I could take that over again. I don't know if he's gonna let me because he took over, okay? But I did take over the bedroom because it's a mess right now, y'all. Fabric. I've been working on the collection of things. Um, and the shit is laid out in the bed so I can see what I gotta finish doing and all that shit. And hubby made these pork chops and these potatoes. Mm, that's good. Anyway, let me put the link. So then nigga, when you come up here, I'm not saying you have to respect me though, right? But to call me a whore and make it seem like you talking facts is fucking ridiculous. So when I crack a motherfucking joke on you, nigga, be lucky that I'm cracking a joke on you. You understand what I'm saying? Because see, where you ain't giving facts, I'm not giving facts, right? But you could call me a whore and I could say you suck dick. And if you don't want me to say you don't suck dick, then don't be telling people I'm a whore. But if any time in your motherfucking life you could go and prove that I've been a whore, then I welcome you to do it. My name has been Bomb Cherry or Bomb Cherry Juice for 30 motherfucking years. It never changed. Okay? So I'm giving you a hint. I'm telling you what to look for, where to look for it. I'm quite sure if you go somewhere and ask anybody, do they know somebody named Bomb Cherry Juice? Somewhere pop up, some motherfucker gonna say, I know her. You could go to my own page. You need me to go and post something so you can ask all the men, have anybody met her? Because if I go live, you'll see them pop up and talk to me. That's what they'll do. Just say hello. And I'm going to say hi to them back. We catch up, talk about how it used to be. Motherfuckers been following me for 30 years. And we can't get a woman to follow you for 3 hours. You know, you can't get a woman to follow you for 3 hours, and I have men following me for 30 years. Not to mention I've been married for 36 years, which kind of tells you how long I've been on the internet. I really, hubby and our first year of marriage is when I actually got to the internet. Okay. But by the time I made up the name Bomb Cherry and AOL popped along and shit like that, by then I was pregnant with my first son. I was on the internet pregnant when I made Bomb Cherry. The name originally was Bomb Cherry on AOL. By the time Yahoo popped up, that's when I turned to Bomb Cherry Juice. And that's only because a fan, right? I had a newsletter called Bombs Cherries Juice. It was called Bomb Cherry Juice. The juice was the information, right? That's what I called the juice, the information. So people think, oh, Bomb Cherry Juice, that meant something nasty. No, juice meant information. Didn't mean nothing nasty. I wasn't thinking about nothing like that at all. Now you may have taken it. In fact, back then when I called myself Bomb Cherry, did you know? No, I know you didn't know. But most people thought I was a man. They thought I was a man. Because they thought a man, by calling myself Bomb Cherry, that was a man saying, I'll bomb your cherry. See? Hey, that's crazy. Because men, that's how men was thinking. I get it. I'm not mad about it. Some of the songs you've heard about, bomb, bomb, ba bomb, ba bomb. Yeah, go and listen to it and see who they're talking about. Yeah. See, my husband is the reason why he the one that kept me kind of grounded. Sometimes I blame him for it, but I'm kind of happy for it. Because the truth is, man, I had opportunities that would have, I'm probably would have led me down the wrong route if I would have took all the opportunities, all the videos people wanted me to be in. Right? That's when they started talking about what they called the girl, the video vixen. Yeah, I was already here before the video vixen. And I was already on video. So they hitting me up because I already got a large following on the internet, right? Mm. So there's a lot of music videos that I'm in, but the music wasn't that hot. I ain't got nothing to do with the fucking music. Paid me if they came locally, then you will see me in the videos dancing. If the video didn't come off that well, the music didn't come off well, then I guess you'll have to find them old ass videos and to see me in them. Anyway, I'm gonna leave y'all little asses alone. Only for the moment, because I'm gonna eat this fucking food. But it's 2026, honey. And I kept saying, am I gonna leave or am I gonna stay? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna just go on the other side and do the sewing stuff? It doesn't work together, right? Because me over here cussing and doing all this shit that I do over here, it doesn't really blend over there in that, sewing community. Because they already be trying to block me over in the sewing community, baby. Because I'd be like, I just be in the chat. They ask a question, I give them the answer. When somebody said, "You sound so mean. Do you know how to do it?" And I'm like, I didn't even realize that the person thought I was mean. Like somebody was making a bag, and I was like, that's not gonna come. Like, first of all, I'm quite sure many people thought the same way. Red diamonds on a red fabric, and you couldn't see the diamonds. Now, at first, I thought it was diamonds sitting on a pad, right? In order to put diamonds on a t-shirt, there's this padding that you put the diamonds on, and then you lay it on top of this tape, and then you put it on, right? That's how you make shirts with the diamonds and bags, even bags or whatever. So I thought that red was that. And then when I realized she was sewing, I was like, wait a minute, is that red on red? Now she said she liked the red on red, and I had no problem with it. I'm like, oh, and she liked it, but like for me to mention, hey, is that red diamonds on red? And then somebody, they were like, I was like, oh, well, like when the lady mentioned that she liked it that way, I said, oh, okay, I'm quite sure it's gonna be cute. And then another lady comes up in the chat and be like, she asked me, do I make bags? Right? That's what the lady asked me. And I was like, oh yeah, I make bags and all kinds of things. I make bags. Like I make everything. I don't think there's anything I haven't made except shoes, like shoes with heels. Sneakers, I make sneakers too. But and then so I was sewing at the time, actually. I was making this heart-shaped bag that I have back here. And while I was watching her. And the lady come back and say, well, you sure seem you need to go live and show this and show that because you acting real mean. And I'm like, I'm acting mean, bitch. What are you talking about? The lady asked a question, I answered, and I gave a X, which was that red diamonds on red. And I was like, that's your reflection. That's what you put off, right? Negative people put off negative energy, or they read that in others who may not be given that. And so I get it. I don't know. I actually don't get it because I was typing. I wasn't yelling. I just simply said, is that red diamonds on red? That's all I motherfucking ask. I don't give a damn though. What my point is this, okay? If I go to this sewing area, I'm gonna have to shut the fuck up over that. Okay, because I tend to like to cuss. Hell yeah, I ain't gonna lie. For all these years, I'm talking about so many years. After my sons were born, there was no cussing coming out of my mouth up until we moved here. And we moved here and I got on YouTube. And boy, the cuss words start flowing. In fact, I love it. I love it. Now, when I not on here, then I'm not cussing. Okay. Now, sometimes I slip up every once in a while. I'll be like, oh shit, I'm not online. Like, I think one time I said something to hubby. I wasn't talking to him, but I said something. I was talking to him, but I wasn't talking at him. You know what I mean? Like, I was speaking like I was talking y'all dumbasses online. And I hurry up and caught myself. I think I said, something like, "Yeah, babe, them dumbass niggas," and then I caught myself, and I apologized, and I said, "I'm sorry, babe. I'm talking like I'm on YouTube." You know, I don't talk to my husband that way, and he don't talk to me that way, right? You talk to people the way you want them to talk to you. Okay. The truth is, we were young when we got together, and if I would have been a fiery, cussing him out, I'm quite sure he would have accepted it because he would have been cussing me back, right? You teach people how to treat you, and sometimes you can have them change. It might be a little difficult, but I know I would bust a man in the head if he called me a bitch. Online, y'all motherfuckers be using the worst language. So I mean, don't be mad at me because I'm calling you nigga. Because I'm calling you nigga because all you do is call women out their motherfucking name. When I came on here, I was not speaking this way. And then, but when I wasn't speaking this way, y'all, I was so nice. Came on here as if I could be the grandmother. I really didn't come on here trying to, you know, like people didn't even know what I looked like even then. And it wasn't until I popped out on a bitch, because I don't know why, but motherfucking, see, I'm used to the men. They'll come off and say something, but the fucking women will come and then start calling you old and all kinds of shit. Oh, you probably this, you probably that. So I decided to put a fucking video up. And then I started going live and showing myself every blue moon to shut them the fuck up. But I wonder why my looks matter to women is what I wonder, right? I'm not on here calling no woman no ugly. I'm not calling women fat. In fact, if you start calling women fat, I jump up to their rescue. That's what I do. And I've been considered calling myself a BBW for fucking years, even when they tried to throw me out the motherfucking BBW community. So I'm like, "You're not a BBW no more." I'm like, "What the hell are y'all talking about?" I lost weight and didn't even realize I lost weight. I don't give a fuck about no weight. Weight never stop no man from getting close to me. And when some of these women, right, who can't get a fucking man, like they actively be on here, and sometimes they switch from being a mammy to this and that. You could tell the ones who switch back and forth. You could tell they can't get no man, right? And then they start talking about big women. Most men don't want big women. I'm like, what the fuck you looking at? Because I see the world. Like the statue in New York, y'all, told every fucking thing. There was whole discussions where there was a whole group of women wanting to know why they had to put up that. Because that is the size of the average woman in America. That's what it is. The average size of the American woman is happen to be a hefty bitch. Okay? And I'm not saying everybody's a hefty bitch, but there's a whole lot of heftiness going on in America. And these men, they might say one thing, but go and see their wives. Shit. Mm-mm-mm. Go and look at their wives. And I wouldn't look at some of these niggas' wives. Some of these niggas should never show their wives. Cause just by if they look like they stink, we know their wife look like she stink too. Ain't no fucking way, no clean, decent woman gonna be with no funky looking ass nigga. Mm-mm-mm. No. He must be throwing down some deep and got some good job for real. And I'm talking about a career type of job. Okay? Other than that, he just like him. Nasty and funky too. Now, he might not be a hoe, but she a stinking bitch. Okay? You done turned a stinking bitch into a wife. Okay? You said you can't turn a hoe into a housewife because you can't keep her locked down. Everybody wanna. Okay? So you're marrying them stinky bitches. And nothing wrong with marrying a stinky bitch. Have you some stinky little kids and all that shit. Okay? To the ones of you having kids and settling down and shit. But stop coming to the internet acting like you doing some shit with your stinky, dirty looking ass. Okay? You ain't doing shit nobody else ain't doing. Except probably you doing it while you stink. Most motherfuckers today is taking a shower, nigga, and shaping up their hair. You men ain't even got much to do. You ain't got to worry about your skin if you don't want to. Okay? The men who care about their skin and shit, people call them metrosexuals or and shit like that. Like my sons, you know, you might consider metrosexuals. They care about their eyebrows. You know, ever since they were young, they would be like, Mom, my eyebrow, because, you know, one of my sons is just like me, where I have to connect the eyebrow. Yeah, my eyebrow used to touch, you know. And I started getting them, you know, arch and shit like that. And then one of my sons, he had that one eyebrow like me. And ever since he was young, I would just shave that little part out the center right there. And he always been particular about his looks. He wanted when he broke out, he come to Mom. Mom, my skin breaking out. I said, baby, you going through puberty. What can I do? I said, ain't too much you could do, but we gonna, you know, we're gonna help you moisturize and clean. We're gonna figure out if you have what they used to call mixed colors kind of skin, like dry in areas, the T-zone. I think all that shit changed. I think, you know, things have changed. That's why I don't know much about it today. But yeah, I help my sons with their skin, their hair, their nails, tone. Even you hear my grandson say, Mom, you gonna do my toes? Mom, you could do my hair. My kids was just like that. They would get in bed with me for me to do their toes, their hair, and all that shit. Taking care of them since they were young. My grandson is just following their footsteps. Exactly. Because I'm the same grandma that I was when I was a mom. Loving on them. Teaching them how to take care of themselves. I'm in there giving my grandson a bath and I'm teaching him how to wash under his neck, wash behind his ears, wash between his little booty cheeks, wash under his sack. You understand? Yes, I ain't had no girls, so those are the terms I use. You know what I'm saying? And I use, hey, you got to pull your wee wee back and splash some water, pull it back, and clean. That's what happens when you have boys. You teach them these things from when they're little to when they know that they cannot be stinking in my goddamn house. Okay, you cannot. You could be outside playing and you could come in musty, but when you musty, you go your ass to that bathroom, get in that shower or that tub. Okay, and after a certain age, my mom don't want to be in no bathroom telling you what to do. You know what to do. Okay, by the time he's 7, 8. Nobody need to tell him what to do. He know what body parts are, and he know what he need to clean, especially between his toes. I even taught him how to clean between his motherfucking toes. Some of you niggas is like white women. Y'all don't even know how to wash your leg. You don't know that you need to scrub the dirt off your body. Not even if it's dirt. Not even if you look. You got cells. Your skin shed cells, and you wash them all, motherfucker, you dirty ass little bitch. Dirty for no goddamn reason. And bragging about it like as if, oh, that's what men do. Men smell bad. I never seen no motherfucking men smelling bad. I'm talking about men who, my dad was a construction worker, and I remember when he was a cowboy, right? Because they got these seasons, you know, rainy seasons. So in the South, if you're from the South, you already know this. The further down, the more you know it, right? Rainy season, hurricane season, all this shit. Motherfuckers still gotta make money. So my dad was a cowboy too. A real motherfucking cowboy for real. He worked on a farm, he dealt with them animals. He was a real live cowboy. Okay. Um, He didn't deal with the farming stuff. He only dealt with the animal side. Okay. Not to mention that we grew our own shit, hogs, chickens, and all that shit. But by the time I was a certain age, we didn't have horses anymore. When I was younger, we had horses. When when I became a certain age, we didn't have horses anymore. I don't know what happened to the horses. Who gives a fuck? But anyway, my dad used to be on this white man's plot on the horse with his cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and everything. This is a down south thing. Fuck out of here. So you can't tell me shit about you working and want to brag and make it seem like you doing something, little nigga. That's what the fuck you supposed to do. Even if you don't have no family, that's what you supposed to do. You gotta find your way in the motherfucking world. This shit about you gotta move out, that's a whole nother thing. Ain't got nothing to do. One, a grown man could still live with family members. And I don't see nothing but benefits if long as everybody could get along. And I think it only happens because we got enough space. Like if we lived in a cramped up place where some people were staying on the couch, and every time I went downstairs, somebody's still on my couch, when they need to get their ass up. I don't know when my kids get up, when they wake up, when they come in. I don't know shit because they got their own space. But I do understand if you don't have your own, because if we live where we used to live before we moved here, kids would have been moved out, y'all. Nobody would have been home. Okay. The house was much smaller. Okay. We only had one and a half, not even a half. One, wait, what's a half? Yeah, we had 1.5 bath. 1.5 bath, bro? Is it called a quarter bath? No, it's a half bath. It didn't have a tub or a shower. It had the bathroom downstairs with just a toilet, and it had our washer and dryer in there. That was the bathroom downstairs, but the bedroom downstairs too. The kids' bed, one of the bedrooms was downstairs with that bath and the kitchen and living room. But then on the second floor, which we only had 2 floors there, was 2 bedrooms. Actually, it was a bedroom and my office. My office was small, but when my oldest turned, I think he turned 12, maybe 14. I can't remember. Around that teenage, we let him have his room to himself, and we moved my younger son on the floor with us. And that's when I lost my office. My office became my younger son's bedroom. Okay. So yeah, and it was a small office. It was a very small bedroom, but it was a bedroom size. It didn't have a closet in there. That's why I always called it an office. So yeah, my sons would have been, oh, they would have hopped right the fuck up out of there. Okay. But right when yeah, the house was getting too small, and I kept talking to somebody like, hey, if you get a bigger house, because I love that neighborhood. I can't even lie. Y'all, it was the hood for real. But I loved it. Okay. I love the people there. Um, I didn't want to move. And the only reason we stayed there that long because I kept thinking a place gonna come uh be able to be rented. Now I would have bought. The problem is that was a bad neighborhood to buy in. Uh, you got a lot of house for a small amount of money. The electric bill was killing us. The electric bill this time of year, y'all, was in the thousands of dollars. The motherfuckers built homes with no installation in them. And so in the summertime, our bill was high, but in the winter, it was even more high. Because, it snows up here. Man, I had to go and get help several times. They help just with the electric bill, and our neighborhood was on the list to get priority help with electric bill because they knew that was a problem. Like everybody needs that shit, girl. That shit was crazy. The bill in that neighborhood was absolutely ridiculous on the electric bill. Okay, like when I first moved there, it was affordable because them people was about to tear down their neighborhood. That neighborhood was bad, but because I'm not from Delaware, I didn't know that. So I'm gonna be honest. Like I moved into the neighborhood, and after I signed the lease and everything, that's when I found out, like, hey, how bad it was. It's almost like You don't see a car until you buy a car, and when you buy the car, you start seeing the car everywhere. Well, I moved into a neighborhood, and that's when I started hearing all the rumors and everything that had happened in that neighborhood after I moved there. So at first, when I first signed the lease and I told somebody where I was moving, and she said, "Don't tell nobody. Don't let your neighbors see you move in." Like them motherfuckers scared the shit out of me. I was like, "What?" They said, "Yeah, you need to move in the middle of the night." I said, "What?" Oh shit. Now mind you, I'm from the bayou, baby. I ain't never, you know what I mean? Like I went from being on the bayou, all property land, all family land, and then I went into the army. So now I'm on army base and shit like that. That's when I first time living with people I didn't know, around people I didn't know when I went into the army. So I'm on an army base. We got Korean, we got a woman from Korea. She married to the black man, right? She got kids. She still never spoke English. She had two goddamn kids by this black man. Her ass couldn't speak a lick of English. So her kid, I used to watch her kids, and they would talk to her for me and me to for her. Damn kids, y'all. They were like 4 and 5 years old. Anyway, this woman used to hang up fish in her backyard on a clothesline. Well, I had an actual clothesline, which it was weird because I didn't see a lot of clothesline, but I bought one and had it hanging. Cause I'm from the South, y'all. Um, but this lady, I noticed that one of the neighbors got a clothesline too, and I'm thinking, oh shit, okay. I noticed her clothesline. I know we in this whole ass area. The only two clotheslines I saw was mine and hers. Now I'm not saying we're the only ones that had them. They probably had other people around, who had them too. But and then one day I walk in my backyard because I went there to cut the grass. Hubby used to be mad at me because I used to want to cut the grass. He used to be like, "I'm gonna get it," and then as soon as he go to work, I'll be in the backyard cutting the goddamn grass. You cutting the grass, and I look back there, and this woman got fish hanging on the clothesline with flies on it. And I think they call that's some shit people be eating. Y'all be eating from these people, and y'all don't be knowing how them people. Ooh, I wouldn't dare. Y'all got me fucked up. Look. I be trying to be like y'all grandmothers and telling y'all should not be eating at these restaurants, and you should not be eating from these people. You don't know these people. I'm talking about anybody. You shouldn't be eating at no restaurant. Oh, every once in a while, you might, you know what I mean? Y'all, they can kill us by just putting shit in the food. One McDonald's, Burger King, them type of places, and Chick-fil-A, if them motherfuckers decided to kill black people, they will get a lot of us in the weekend. It'll be over. Extermination. What you put in your body is important. People be talking about me and this soda while they going eating at fucking restaurants all the time. You ain't got no room to talk. You don't know what you putting in your body. That'd be the most funniest thing. I'd be like, yeah, I should drink water. It's true, I should drink water, but I'd be goddamn. If y'all be thinking y'all healthy, I'm thinking, man, these motherfuckers is straight out of their fucking mind. If if I personally, if there was a group of people practicing hoodoo, or anything, and they decide to attack a group of people, y'all make it so easy with your food. And every time you think about food, you always bring it to the producer, like the actual producers, the ones who cut the meat and all that. And you bring it to there. You see, they could catch shit there for the most part, right? They could catch if mad cow or something. They find something going on with the poultry. By the time a few people get hospitalized, they could trace it back to the producer, the actual producer, right? By the time they catch something at a restaurant, they got hundreds of people in the hospital. Did y'all know that? By the time they catch something, did y'all know the year when all them young kids died from that one fucking restaurant? And I'm not talking about one actual restaurant. I'm talking about that restaurant had areas around the U.S. and the fucking kids was dying. If I was another country and I wanted to aim at people, yeah, all I had to do is get somebody to work for some of these motherfuckers. And put that shit in your fucking food. Mm. Crazy than a motherfucker. Anyway, no, I'm not gonna go too deep. I'm just saying, everybody didn't eat from everybody. Y'all still say it today. Black community, we always talking about everybody can't come to the cookout, and if they come to the cookout, everybody's not eating everybody's food. In fact, we'll tell people, nah, you ain't gotta bring it. Aunt Bertha gonna make that. We only gonna allow the ones we know and trust to even bring shit. I cannot pop up in and I tried. I can't pop up at nobody's barbecue and bring some shit and they just gonna eat it. I've done it. Listen, I was invited. I'm always invited to people shit. And when I go, I bring food. I've been to make dirty rice, some jambalaya. I try to make something that I know they never had, so they could try it. Shit, my shit be sitting there untouched. And I don't even be blaming them. I bring it. I let them know I cooked it. I let them know what's in it. I say, hey, if anybody allergic to seafood, don't touch this because it's got seafood in it. Right? And then I let it sit there. And at the end of this motherfucking thing, I look, I see my plate, my shit still there, still in my bowl and everything. And I go and wrap my shit back up and bring it home and we eat it. Fuck out of here. Okay? I ain't mad at them. My family will take care of it, honey. But I'm not mad and I understand, right? I'm not part of the family. I get invited to everybody. I'm telling you, man, I done took me and people in my whole community. They invited me and told me I could bring people with me. And I done damn near brought a whole bus full of kids they told me they had a pool. They're like, yeah, my family got a pool there in Jersey. And I'm in Delaware. They're like, yeah, you can bring as many people as you want. I was like, you sure? Because they know I'm the president of the community, right? I'm like, you sure? They say, yeah, they got a pool. Man, I told people in the community, we got a bus. It was adults and mother to a place I'd never been to before, ever. We showed up and it was kind of weird because I only knew the brother. I think it was the brother and the wife who invited me to their family thing. So it wasn't even at their house, it was at their family's house. And we showed up. And here we go looking, we getting off the bus, and they're looking at us like, who are these people? And I'm holding my food, and I walk over. I'm nervous as shit because I'm like, damn, this is crazy that I did this. I walk over, and this woman walks up and asks who I am. I said, oh, my name is, I tell them my name. I'm like, we was invited by so-and-so, and then I point at them, and they say, and they wave at me from over there, and I wave back. And then I look back at everybody and say, come on, y'all. And the whole family looking at us like we crazy. But they were black, right? They were black. We were black. We had a couple of white, I'm not really think, did I have anybody white with me at the time? I know I had some Spanish people, because like I said, that neighborhood is filled with Spanish people, or Mexicans, should I say, right? So the Mexican kids love me, the families love me, everybody love me because I'm there and they help everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I knock at their door. They don't answer their door for nobody, but they will answer their door for me. Right? If the kids had some issue going on at school, I would be the one that go and support them and help them. The kid would tell me what the parents saying. We have that conversation like that, and then I would show up at the school and help them. And the motherfucking people are good. Like, we complain that they do things cheaper. But why would I complain about them fixing my car for cheap? Because they will fix my motherfucking car for cheap. In fact, I've got my car fixed several times for free. Because they know me like that. That they came and I didn't even have to pay for the part. That's how much they love me. Right? So I'm not against no motherfucking people. When we all could come together and create some shit together. But as long as we want to remain separate, then that's gonna be an issue. Because that's not gonna work out for nobody in the end. Okay? Doesn't work out for nobody. Somebody gonna always have to be at the bottom. And we're gonna be choosing the bottom, not based on what they do or don't do. It's gonna be based on their skin color and shit like that. But people learn, they're not learning from other people because Americans, we are too egotistical and we can see what's going on in other countries. We can absolutely see that putting women under the thumb and shit like that will eventually have them being the queens. And what do I mean by that? Over there in them Asian countries, them women get to pick the fucking anything they want. There's so less of them that they get the pick of the top guys, and of course they're gonna pick the top guys. They're gonna pick the men with the fucking money, who's able to take care of them, who's gonna treat them well as well. He's not gonna be able to just because he got money be able to treat her well, mistreat her, because they're gonna be another guy who gonna want to have babies and who gonna take care of her and treat her well. So they found out that killing all them little girls because they didn't think it was beneficial to have girls because girls didn't bring in money. Right? Boys were able to go out and work for the family. That's what they did in a whole nother country, and that shit is eating them alive. They in Africa now trying to find wives. They marrying black women, African women, ladies in America. If you want to get you an Asian man, it's not that difficult, honey, and he will take care of you. All right. Now I know some of these people be like, "Oh, why are you telling women?" I'm telling women whatever they was best for them. For a group of black men who want to down black women, you think you can't beat up on us and think we're gonna stick by you? Got us fucked up. That I don't even know what generation that was. I know people say, "Hey, I'm not my grandma," but your grandma wasn't no weak ass bitch like that neither. Your grandma was whipping ass. My grandmother would whip my grandpa's ass if he would have put his hand up to her. My grandmother was married and divorced and remarried. My great grandmother married, divorced, and remarried. My great great grandmother married and divorced and remarried. But I don't think she got divorced. If I'm correct, she just lived with the man. Because back then, the farther back you go, divorce wasn't a good thing. So I don't think she was divorced. I think she was widowed. I think she was widowed. Which grandmother said? My great, I know my great grandmother, my great great grandmother. My grandmother, my great grandmother. Yeah, and my great great grandmother. Okay. Yeah, it was my great great grandmother. She didn't get divorced. She was widowed. And I can tell you the story that I heard. Now, listen, the story is something I heard, but I don't know if it to be facts or not. But based on the community tie, okay, the community tie, they say that my great great grandfather. It wasn't. I don't think it was my great grandfather. It was my. It wasn't my anything. It was my great grandmother's first husband, and from my understanding, he whipped her ass. Okay, my understanding, he was mean and he whipped her ass. Now the rumor is that her and her sisters got together and that motherfucker disappeared and there ain't nobody heard from him again. Now that's just a rumor, okay? But the reason she didn't get remarried, she wasn't legally thought of as widowed, but she was acting like she was widowed. The people in the community was acting like she was widowed. And in the Bayou area, she probably was fucking widowed, and everybody knew it, but nobody was saying not a damn thing. Yeah. And for you black men to act like the only men who were so dangerous to black women was white men, it's fucking ridiculous. Okay? Shit, I remember my uncle whipping my aunt's ass. That's not even my great anything. That's my uncle. My dad brother was married to my mom's sister. And I was young, but the only reason I remember it because it was such a traumatic, like the things I remember of this uncle was always some traumatic shit. Right? I'm quite sure there's more going on that I just don't even remember, or maybe I didn't witness. But I was so young, I can't even remember that I remember the shit. When we do the calculations of how old I was, I'm like, God damn, how do I remember from that age? Like, how do I remember some shit from like age 4? Right? But we know when traumatic shit happens, that's ingrained in your memory. I remember that shit like it happened yesterday. There's a few things that he's done. And when I was growing up, he was the one uncle that, he would come around every once in a while and I would wave at him from afar. I never ran up to him like Uncle Anthony. I never did that because, like, I saw what I saw when I was a kid. Okay. And certain things you can't forgive. Like, the one thing I'll never forget when he threw, I don't even know my cousin. I need to talk to her and see if she remember that shit. My uncle threw a fucking knife at his daughter. If I was 4, she's like 7. She's like 7. And I don't even know if I was 4, to be honest. I may have been, yeah, my cousin. Okay, so my cousin who's 2 years younger than me, he was a baby. That mean I was about 3, 4 years old, y'all, because he's just 2 years younger than me. He was on my aunt's hip, like she got home from work and grabbed the baby. That means I really was like 3 years old, 3 to 4 years old. And if I'm 3, my older cousin was about 6, maybe going on 6, right? And my uncle, I don't even know why we were there. Like I never had a chance to really ask my mom, like, why were we there? But you gotta remember, this is my cousin on both sides of the family. It's my mom's sister and my dad's brother. And I had an aunt who used to watch us. So, and my uncle had horses, stables, tool. He had a yard. But we already had these things at my grandmother. You know, so I don't know. I don't know why I was there, but my parents were young, so my aunt who's only like 7 years, she's like 10 years older than me. She's like 10 years older than me, so she was watching us. So I don't think she's 10 years old. I think she was about 10 at the time. So she's about 10, and I'm about 3, and so it was my brother. I don't remember my brother was there, but my brother was the same age as my cousin, so he wasn't there. Okay, because he was a baby on my mom's hip. So I guess it was all the girls, right? So I guess it was my cousin, the one who I'm about to say, with the knife, and her sister, which she's just a year older than me, and then me, and then my my cousin, which is their brother. He was an infant. And this one particular time, he my uncle had this nice lug not a couch, a chair, like that thing Archie Bunker sat in. That's the kind of chair he had, and it was his chair. I remember how the house was set up and everything. We was outside with my aunt, who's close to our age, and we're in the pools. And I remember her trying to drown us and shit like that. Like, she was a kid. We were the younger ones. She would hold us our head under water and all that bullshit, right? She's the reason why I'm scared of water. Okay. Anyway, um, I remember we indoors and my uncle was sitting in his chair and he was flicking the knives like my husband have. He kept flicking the knife out and putting it back in and flicking it out. Now my uncle had lost his leg. He served in the army and in the navy. He did the army first, got out, went into the navy, and he lost one of his legs. So when he got out, they had the GI Bill and all kinds of shit. So they lived in a nice, brand new neighborhood. I remember it. They had just built that neighborhood and they moved there. And like I said, he had horses and shit like that because he had money coming in from the government. Anyway, he's sitting there flicking the knife in and out. And my cousin, who's about 6 years old, she says, we all looking at, because we all there, we all looking at it. And she says, Daddy, where'd it go? It was like just a regular, flicking in and out. And he says, you want to see it? And we all looked at him, right? Because it's almost like magic to us because we're fucking kids. He's flicking the knife in and out, flicking it in and out. And then when she says, Daddy, where did it go? It looked like he put it behind his back. Like, you want to see where it went? And she said, yeah, Daddy. And my fucking uncle flicked the blade out and took that shit and threw it at her. Bam! That shit grazed her arm, cut her, and stuck in the wall right behind her. I'll never forget. Ever, never forget that shit. Okay? My aunt had to go on hiding. See, these niggas like to make it seem like women shouldn't have these rights and women shouldn't have these. Ladies, y'all better perk y'all motherfucking ears up. And I'm telling you, I don't care if you got these niggas want us to be away from white women because they want to say, you ain't even need it. The white woman, the white woman, the white woman, the white woman. See, they want to separate us from white women. Let's not get it confused. Most of these niggas, they think it's beneficial to be able to put their feet on our necks, right? Because they got the white man foot on their necks. Dumb ass nigga, go get some education and maybe you'll get under his foot. But anyway, they want somebody they could put their fucking feet on, right? Not all of them, because all men not the same. They're not all created equal. They got the ones who really respect humanity, respect people, and shit like that. And everybody's not trying to be the queen or the king and rule everything. And then you can listen to the ones who do though. They always tell you. They believe that it's okay because they one day want their turn to be the ruler of women and whomever, right? So anyway, so they want us to be separate from other women, but we got to be very careful, right? At that. Okay. My uncle, it was not illegal for him to beat my aunt. I am not making this shit up, and I am saying something I saw. I'm not talking about no bullshit in no fucking movie. I barely watch movies. I know that a lot of y'all watch movies and TV shows, and your whole world perspective is built on somebody else's story. But I'm telling you the motherfucking truth. My uncle beat the fuck out of my aunt. The neighbors is the one who called the police. Our asses were kids and we was in that house. I remember when my aunt came home, I could see her right now, clear as day, in all white. She was a nurse. Now at the time I didn't know that, right? Remember, I'm a kid. But I see her with her white stockings, the white dress, the white piece on the top of her head. She comes in. And when she comes in, she goes, my uncle is sitting in that same fucking chair. And he says, get in the bedroom. But she picks up my cousin, the baby, the one who's the same age as my brother. She picks him up and put him on her hip. And she goes to the kitchen. She said, let me start dinner. Right? We too young. He ain't starting no dinner. She just got home from work, so she got to cook. But my uncle don't want fucking sex. Now, I didn't know that then. Right? I'm telling you what I know now. And what I mean, he tell her to go to the bedroom. And she goes in the kitchen. She pick up my cousin. She goes in the kitchen and she starts dinner. And he walks in that kitchen and he starts beating her. Got her. Bam! Bam! Didn't I tell you? He takes her by her hair and drags her. She's still holding my little cousin on her hip. He drags her to the bedroom. She put the baby down. And I remember my older cousin, who 6, or my aunt, picks up the baby and bring him in the room with us. We all just in there. I don't know what we playing because we little. I don't remember those particulars. I remember when my aunt came out that room. She hurry up, goes to the bathroom and wash up. Her eye is black and her nose and her mouth is bloody. She washes up and then she goes to the kitchen and start cooking like nothing happened. The police come. I remember them coming in. There was some white police. They look at her and they go outside with my uncle, and then they leave. He didn't. They asked her what she did or didn't do, and there was nothing she like. I don't know what she said, but nothing happened. Right? She didn't call the police. The neighbors did, and she was all fucked up. And let me tell you, these men would love to be able to whip your ass. They would love for you not to be manless, right? They would love to be able to, the ones who want to come and take you and take control of you, they would love to do that. And that's why I'm saying when women have marches and shit, you can't think of just yourself. You might be married, you might be in a great relationship and all that. But if you have daughters, even if you don't have daughters, you might have granddaughters. Right now, women have less, and somebody said this over there by Shara. Women have less rights than they've had since my generation. How is it that I and you have more rights than your children and grandchildren? As women. As fucking women. And these niggas want to place judgment on, and they like to go to the abortion thing. The abortion. Abortion. Look what women are doing. Ain't that fucking funny? Because most of these men give the women the money for abortions. Or they sit there and tell her, oh, we can't afford this. I don't think we could do this. Like all kinds of discussions are being held. But the only person being held responsible is the women, though. The women. And you motherfucking men who refuse to march with them fucking women, your ass is just as responsible. Because you might have a son who's with a young woman. And she gets pregnant. And they might realize that this is not right for them. Not the right time, not the right this, not the right that. But your son gonna become a father. One way or another. Even if it's just money, it's gonna be a responsibility. And then he gonna end up with a kid who hate him. Because he wasn't there if he decided to walk away. And let me tell you, for all y'all with sons who walked away from the kids, you ain't shit, motherfucker. You the worst kind of father. Or mother. We got women too, be like, I don't care. Her little fast ass shouldn't have got pregnant. What the fuck is you talking about? Your son was there. You ain't got to watch the baby, but you should have at least made him be a fucking man. Oh, he wasn't a man yet? Shit, he was acting like one. Right? Like you said, she was fast, acting like she grown. That's so was your son right there with her. And instead of you encourage them, you let him walk away. That's why a lot of these women ain't shit. And I don't give a fuck about them. Just because they're a woman don't mean not a goddamn thing to me. Except when we need to march down together and make sure that my rights, your rights, her rights, my grandkids' rights, my great grandkids' rights, and everybody else going forward have the rights to their body autonomy. Is that the word? Is that how you say the word? God damn, I'm over here eating this pork chop. That's good too, god damn. Okay. Don't trust these men. And you gotta listen to what they say. It might sound good when a man say he don't believe in abortion. He got the right to believe that. You just better know who you're dealing with. And it's something he only believe it when he's in trouble. Most of the men on Capitol Hill, they're against abortion when their wife was pregnant, and she wasn't even thinking about abortion. But when their mistresses got pregnant, though, ain't that something? They gave all the money in the world to avoid and to keep it quiet. Mm-mm-mm. But they want to point at women. And did y'all hear that fool when he said that they did something to witches? Because women back in the day, they were believed to be witches, and they were the first to abort kids and shit. The goddamn idea. The idea that the thought that the nigga even brought up witches is what got me. Right? Because we know that they was claiming the women be witches just so they could control women. Women was fearful that they would be accused. Did y'all know that? That anybody could accuse you of being a witch? A man could have, tried to get you to go with him. And if you decide not to go with him, he could point you out as a witch. She's a witch. Why is she a witch? Because he got turned on by her. He was attracted to her, got turned on. And when he got caught being turned on, he said she's a witch. That fucking shit they were talking about, morals, the rules and regulations of our country and many countries is about morals, is a motherfucking lie. It's always been about somebody or a group of people controlling others. This country is built on murder, killing. The fuck is they talking about? It was the most weirdest thing. And I guess because I'm a woman, I didn't really get much to say. Some people had more to say, even though it was ridiculous, right? But how in the fuck is the country rules and regulations and laws are built on morals when we know that was a whole Western time? Did you know if somebody could steal your cow, you could shoot them? Stealing was they used to hang people for stealing, yo. What moral what items were more important than lives in this country? Right now, right, we got drugs that are legal and we got drugs that are illegal. We got drugs that are legal but illegally used if you use them a certain way. Fuck is they talking about? You mean to tell me oxycodone is legal, but it's not legal for me because I don't have a prescription? And that sounds like morals to you? Or is that money? Oh, you mean alcohol? So wait a minute. So a young 18-year-old can go join the military, fight and everything, go to other countries and drink alcohol. But in this country, they got to be 21? What you say? And there's a moral in that? Or is that about money? How about abortions or anything dealing with a woman's body? How is that morally anything? You mean you're not gonna help me take care of it? You're not gonna help me feed it? You're not gonna help me raise it, but you're gonna make me have it? And why am I having it again? Because you need more people to work for your corporation so your corporation could continue to make money? Oh, so we need more people because we need to keep companies afloat. Oh, okay. I don't know. That don't sound like no shit that I'm down for. I don't give no fucks about no company. And only dumbass niggas care about a motherfucking company. Companies come and go. And if they don't come back, I guess we no longer have that company or that item. You gonna put your luxury for said item above you and your family? Mm. They convince you that you need corporation to have a job. But do you know? Without corporation, we don't have all that spending that we're doing. I'm quite sure people was living long before Louis Vuitton existed, Gucci existed. There was clothes and pants and shirts and jackets and boots and all that shit before they existed as well. Yeah. Y'all too far removed from reality. And that's and so you can't imagine not having your cell phone. But I remember not having a cell phone. And we all got along. And we got along even better. Because we wasn't always connected to somebody. Always watching what they're doing. Seeing what they got to say. Being compulsive about their life. That may not even be real. That went down wrong. Anyway, I hope this was a lesson learned. And I'll be back tomorrow. I think what time is it? I didn't, as soon as I turned on this stream, I stopped sewing. I'm still sitting here, my sewing machine's still on behind me. And I haven't sewed one stitch. I'm getting the hell off of here, right? But if somebody go live later, I may come on. And if not, I'll be back tomorrow. Even though I need to be sewing. Okay, I'm coming up with a collection of stuff for all you readers. If you have tablets, and if I did do some Bible covers. What else? I'm going to be putting out a little collection, and I think I'm gonna offer it online first. Because I normally it'll sell locally, but I and I didn't even do this right because Valentine's Day is the next holiday. Really, Mardi Gras, Valentine's Day around the same. And I should have done like at least a Valentine collection before this one. But I started this collection like last month. but I knew I wasn't making a Christmas collection because I knew I started too late. So I went and just got some pretty fabrics. But then I realized, damn, Valentine's Day is the next day. But I'm gonna be more focusing on Black History Month, which I need to go and buy some fabrics and start that. So bookmarks, composition, journaling covers, little pouches, wallet, wristlets, Bible covers, book covers. So I have a couple of type of book covers and laptop cover, tablet cover. Yeah, I'm trying to get one of each fabric, but it's not working out well because I bought too many fabrics. So I gotta lessen it down, and then I need to go get some more fabrics. So anyway, I will be offering these things. I need to, then I gotta make a website, but since they got AI, I heard I can just let them make one for me. Or I might have to pay somebody. I don't know. It's gonna be just some simple websites, not gonna be elaborate. Just put the items on there. People could buy them and they'll ship out to you. I think it's easy that way because I never want to offer things because I don't want people giving me their address. Like I want people to trust in the process of buying from me. You know what I mean? In this space though, I even have the concern of some being doxxed and shit like that. And I don't want, and then people accuse, oh, is doxing people, and the reason she got this. And I think somebody said some shit like that, but they lie. People are just saying this shit because there's a lot of people who gave me their address, and none of that shit has come out. Nothing. In fact, the truth is, I'm not even the one that sends shit out. I do not do that, y'all. I make the items. I make the items and then I pass that shit on either to my husband, one of my sons. They don't even know y'all about nothing like that. They the ones who mail shit out for me. I don't never deal with nobody's address. Never deal with nobody's address. Okay, so it's not me who's mailing your shit out. So if I was supposed to mail some shit out to you and you didn't get it and you didn't let me know, just know I didn't know. You gotta let me know that, hey, Bob, I didn't get the stuff. Okay, that's all you gotta tell me. If then I'll go to him. Because listen, I made something. Y'all watch me make it. Gave it to hubby. I said, here you go. I need you to mail this off. Now the difference is they didn't buy it. I was giving it, right? And then eventually, like almost a year later, they said it. I didn't get it. I said, you ain't get what? They said you ain't. They said they didn't get it. I said, what do you mean? I said I made it. They said you sure you didn't get it, but he did send it, but it came back. I ain't gonna tell y'all who it was, but he sent to old address. And the way I sent it, I guess, because they did have to sign for it, that shit came straight back to me. Tell you something. So if I make you something that I think costs like close to $100, I want a signature. Okay. I want you to sign saying that you got it. Cause I ain't gonna worry about shit. But as soon as you tell me you didn't get it, then I'm gonna go have hubby or myself call directly to whoever I had shipped it out with. That's all. Cause my shit takes time to make, and I insure my shit. I ain't never sending you nothing that ain't insured unless that shit is less than $10. If it's less than $10, I think it's real cheap for me to insure it. But the truth is, the hassle on me making something like a little bag that uh, that's $10. Unless it was on sale for $10 and it cost 20, then I'm insuring $20. Okay, that's a lot of money to be losing. $20 is a lot when you look at it. Like if I sent out 10 things and half of them, got lost at $20 a pop. I'm making a bag now that like my totes cost like $100 if it's crooked. Okay? I know to some people that seems like a lot, but the truth is nah. Like I used to think that was a lot. But people are selling their totes for like $119, $120. Okay. So um and listen, I saw way better. I be watching the shit people be buying, and I be like, that's crazy. Y'all see that fucking stitch is all kinds of ways. I'm like, and you shouldn't even really see the stitch unless it's um unless it's supposed to be there. Like, a stitch that is decorative is the word. A decorative stitch you should see. A non-decorative stitch you shouldn't really see. But we got a lot of sewing and selling shit. And I figured, God damn, I've been sewing for 50 something years. It seems like and I don't really have no competition out here. Right? My problem is selling only to black people. My original stuff was all geared towards black people. So I was focusing on having, and that's my mind. I always wanted to produce black art, use black art on my stuff. But I'm noticing black, a lot of black people who want to pay the money, they're not interested in that. They want to be able to go to work, whatever job they got, and just have a nice bag. And they're not willing to advertise black, black girl magic and shit like that. They're not really to really advertise it. They might advertise that going on a vacation or something, but and that's just my limited um because I remember I have not done no surveys and I did not look up no stats on what I'm saying. Okay. So please don't shoot me. Okay. I'm just saying based on it's my fault. I was limiting myself to certain demographics. I thought that was a good thing, but It's only a good thing, um, locally maybe, and even then, I live in the area. Wilmington is right there. They got lots of black, people making creations these days. Now I ain't gonna lie, this shit look bad. I be feeling bad because I walked up to this little I was at the VA hospital, which I'm thinking about getting me a little boot in there. But there's this woman, this black woman, and she has the same machines I have, like the Cricut and all that, right? And she had something. I walked up and I looked at it, right? It looked cute from afar, and I pick it up, and she wanted $25 for this little thing. Now I'm not talking about the price. $25. It was like one of the kind. Like this one had saints all over it. I'm a Saints fan. Well, not really, but that's where I'm from. So, um, and I was like, damn, she got a Saints. I go and pick it up, and that shit was so poorly done. I was shocked that she was selling it. Y'all, I would rather throw that shit in the trash or donate it than to sell some shit that looked like what that thing looked like when I picked it up. Round the lip, like the sticker. So first of all, she made it all fucking wrong. Number one. Like it's almost like if you don't know how to make it, then I guess it look right because it's just a glass with stickers on it. But she actually used stickers. Like I could create stickers, y'all. Like if you have something you want to sticker of, because I will be designing bookmarks and stickers too. Because I do have a magnetic sticker. But I be honest, the paper, I've been had the paper and all that stuff to make that, but I don't know, the sewing kind of overtook everything. I haven't even used my Cricut in a while. Right? I have machines that are cut this shit for me, but I'm normally cutting it myself. But so there's sticker paper where you make stickers. And then there's a vinyl that you cut like stickers and then you stick it to the glass. Now, this is the difference between the two of them. One of them is just a sticker. And what happens to a sticker? When you put it in dishwasher or water, eventually that sticker wears away. But the vinyl doesn't. And she used sticker paper on that cup. And the reason I could tell, because first of all, I know the difference. But I mean, if you bought it just to put it somewhere and to never use it, I guess even then it was still fucked up. It was on a line where right at the way your lips would go on it, they had a sticker right there. It was fucked up. And I was like, oh, let me see. Right. I go and pick it up. She's watching me, right? She's watching me pick it up. I look at it. I see the price on it. Actually, I asked her how much they were. They didn't have the price on it. I asked her how much they were. And so as I was walking up to her, she told me the price. And I pick it up and I look. Even for the price, I would have wanted to support her. I just couldn't do it for that poor craftsmanship. And I should be ashamed because some people would have I'm thinking some people would have bought that crazy shit, but not me. The fuck I look like buying some bullshit. I was thinking, and I wasn't even on no I could make that. I could have been made that. You see what I'm saying? That she not making anything that you can't go to YouTube and see people make. In fact, I have all of that vinyl already. I have the sticker paper vinyl, I have the regular vinyl, I have the removable vinyl if you want to put something on your wall, right? And so you could take it off when you're ready to take it off, like if you move or whatever. I have all of that shit. I've been having this shit. I've had this Cricut maker for at least bought it in 2018. I think I went into the t-shirt business in 2018. The first thing I started making, but then COVID hit and I got away from all of that and I started making masks. And then ever since the mask is when I pulled out the sewing machine when I started making masks. And that's what got me back into the sewing. And I've been sewing ever since. And my Cricut machine is sitting untouched. It was expensive too. Let me tell you, I didn't even buy I bought the most expensive Cricut there was at the time. Now my Cricut is old, but there's no difference between the new one and the old one. There's a slight difference. It's not a difference enough for me to change. Okay. And if you're looking to buy a cutting machine, do not buy the Cricut. Do not buy that fucking Cricut. If anybody ever like, if y'all decide y'all want to do t-shirts and crafting and vinyl, talk to me because I did all the research that I could find. Now the problem with fucking YouTube is this: YouTube shows you what you look for, and once you find that one thing, that's all they push out to you. So all I kept seeing was Cricut, 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 Cricut. Every once in a while, I would see something called a vinyl machine, but the vinyl machine, that's this long one, is simple. It looks simple, but it looks difficult because it doesn't look like it hooks up. It's not hooked up to anything. So I didn't know what to do with that, right? I did a little research on it, but not enough. So I kept seeing Cricut, Cricut, Cricut. I looked at that shit for like a year. I'm really particular before I spend a certain amount of money. I need to look into it. I look to see what is versus this versus that. So I found that the Cricut, there was a Cricut, I don't know if it's called the Express Cricut, Cricut something, and the Cricut Maker. I kept finding Cricut, Cricut. So I looked up to see what's the difference between the Cricut Maker and the Cricut, I don't know what that thing called, but um there's only one difference between the Cricut Maker, and that's the Cricut Maker could cut fabric. Now the thing is, I since found out the regular one could cut fabric too. You just had to do something with the fabric first. So that was, and then they made it seem like the Cricut Maker was gonna come up with all these different things, and it was gonna be beneficial in the long run. Blah 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 blah. Right? That's what they said. Now, as soon as I bought the Cricut Maker, some kind of fucking way, another machine pops up in my algorithm. I'm not even lying. Like, I'm not lying when I say, oh, it was over a year. I am, when I'm about to spend like over anything, to be honest, I ain't gonna lie, like over $100. But $100 is easy to spend. I'm gonna probably spend that on fabric tomorrow, right? That's nothing. But if I'm talking about buying a machine, and this machine costs $500, which my Cricut Maker costs 500 and something dollars. Now the Cricut, the one before that, I don't know if it's called the Cricut Express or something, y'all, but it was less by at least 100 and something dollars, like $150, right? So I kept looking and deep diving, and not only did I want to know what machine to get, but I wanted to know how to use it. So as soon as I got it, so I could just hook it up and start using it. So I looked at materials and everything, everything I needed to do whatever it is that I fucking want to do. It started getting confusing after a while, because then right after I bought the Cricut, I started doing sublimation. Look, so now I'm buying a sublimation machine. Now we talking another $500, right? and then wait, did I buy the sublimation machine? No, I didn't buy the sublimation machine until I had already bought the Cricut, but I didn't have it a year, and that's when COVID hit, and I started making masks, and that's when I bought the sublimation machine for a mask. But then I realized, wait, I can only use sublimation on polyester, and that lies the problem, because those masks that a lot of y'all was wearing and saying that you can't breathe is because you want them cute ass masks, and they were made with sublimation. That's how they're able to put the different prints on them and make them so vibrant. But you can only make those things vibrant on polyester. And what is polyester? Plastic. And if y'all don't believe me that when I say polyester is made of plastic, I'm not kidding. Your clothes, that's why they don't last long. All kinds of shit. And then they make you sick. And especially the one when it's over your motherfucking mouth. Okay. Go and get you something. It feels real soft and shit. But when you wear it, you sweat like a motherfucker in it because it's plastic. Your body is not breathable fabric. It doesn't breathe. It doesn't allow your body to breathe. That's why it sweats. Go and put a lighter to it and see what happens. It ain't gonna catch fire, but it will melt. Okay, and you need to think about that because you're wearing that shit. That cheap, fast fashion is made with polyester. I can make you some cheap ass clothing. No lie. All I gotta do is buy the polyester, and I put the prints right on it directly. The problem with that is it's not healthy, and I'm not putting all that polyester in my fucking house. And once I learned that, uh, that's why I haven't used my sublimation machine since 2020. Okay, I made a couple of masks. It was nice. Came out real good too. And then I realized, wait a minute, I can only use this on 100 on polyester. The higher the polyester, the brighter and nicer it looks. So if I want this light bright, then I need to at least have 60%. It needs to be a minimum 60%. But if I get 70, 80, 90, 100% polyester, that shit looks good. Vibrant, beautiful. I put that shit on 100% cotton, and that shit look like shit. It really look like shit. The picture don't even come out, no color, because the dye doesn't go into natural fibers. But so that's the big mistake that I made. Okay, I haven't used that thing since. Okay, I don't want to make no polyester fucking clothes. Okay, I think go and buy that cheap ass shit somewhere else. And when y'all get sick and all that shit, don't blame me. I'm not making it. Everything I deal with is a high content of natural fibers. 100% cotton. The least I'll go is maybe 60%. And it depends on what it is. Like, like a tablet holder or some shit like that. I really want only 100% cotton. But some I found a couple of pretty ones, and it was a mixture of cotton and nylon, which also is not a natural fiber, by the way. Okay, I didn't know that though at the time. Y'all gotta watch what y'all doing. It's They found that we all have plastic in our bodies. Drinking out of they will say that it has to do with the drinking out of bottled water, which they had to know that. I don't. I learned this maybe about 10 years ago. No, longer than that. And I'm gonna tell you how I learned about that. Uh, because my family, we bought bottled water every month. We bought a lot. I'm talking about a lot. The kids would just grab them. We used to have these little packets that we put the drinks in, like Kool-Aid packets, right? And it already has sugar. It says sugar free, but it's sweetener. Okay, you gotta be smart. Just because they don't use the word sugar, that just means it don't have sugar. It doesn't mean that it's sugar free. It just means it doesn't have sugar, and it could be sugar free, and it's still sweetened with something. And you better find out what it is, because most of the time it's that high fructose corn syrup, which is worse than sugar. Okay. Anyway, but I didn't know that because the shit used to say sugar free, and I used to be like, how this shit sugar free? It's sweetened, and I used to like them, and I thought it was healthier for you because it says sugar free. See, I learned my lesson. I'm not just saying shit because it came to me. I had to learn the hard motherfucking way, and I try to share once I learned, right? But check this shit out. So, the bottled water. So at some point, I started realizing, okay, we buying a lot of waters. My kids going through a lot of waters. Um, I would reuse the bottle. Like if it was my bottle and I put the cool packet in it, right, shook it up. Sometimes instead of me going downstairs, I would just go in my bathroom, put some water in it, right, and then put another packet in. And then one day, I noticed. I looked at the bottle, and I said, that bottle looked white. The bottle turned white. But I thought it was my eyes. I don't know why I thought it was my eyes. It's just like sometimes I'd be like feeling like I'm crazy or some shit. And so I asked her, I said, babe, do this bottle look different? Yeah, it looked cloudy. And he said, yeah, it is cloudy. So I didn't start paying attention. No bottles break down. So Now I'm realizing, okay, you're supposed to just use it once. But only a motherfucker like me from the South, you know what I'm saying, who thinks she's saving money. But more important, not even money, it's about the time. Like, I didn't want to go downstairs. We kept a big thing of waters downstairs. But just really just put water. I just needed some water in this shit, right? So our water at the time wasn't hard. This water here is hard. So I don't drink no motherfucking water out this bitch. Okay. Because I gotta go downstairs and get water down there. Because that's where the filter is. But there it wasn't like that. So um the bottle turns white. And if y'all don't believe me, test it. Look, y'all ain't gotta take my word for it. Buy you a bottle of water. And after you done with it, don't throw it away. Put some water in it. You ain't got to drink. Gotta just sit it there. And let me tell you something else. If you ever have a bottle of water sit in your car and it's hot outside, then you need to throw that motherfucker bottle away. If the sun, it don't even have to be hot outside, but if that bottle has gotten hit by sunlight and it feel a little it gets like softer, right? The sunlight can do that. It don't even have to be hot, but if it's hot, it's even worse. Break it down even worse. I don't care if you didn't open that water or not. You left it in the car, sunlight to hit it, the heat to hit it, and now you need to throw that shit away. Do not drink that motherfucking water. Do not drink that motherfucking water. Do not drink that water. Okay? The breakdown of that bottle has started. You just don't actively see it, and that's why we got plastic all in our bodies. Okay? We're gonna see it. This is the generation because it's been happening. My kids been having bottled water since they were, oh no, I know they were young teens. Okay, so y'all generation, those of you like in your late 20s, 30s, right? Y'all the generations where when you turn in your 40s and 50s, you gonna see the actual things that happens from the shit that you were doing when you was younger. Some of y'all not there yet. Okay, but I'm telling y'all young people are dying. Okay, y'all motherfuckers are dying. It's one thing for older people to die, but when you die in your 30s and shit, that's not normal for our society. I'm not talking about dying from no gun illnesses, high blood pressure, diabetes, um, cancers. All this shit is coming from the production of these mother corporations that y'all want to save, that you want to make sure we got enough people to keep going. Poisoning the motherfucking world is what we have done. Okay? The safest this world has been since I've been in it was during COVID. That's a goddamn shame. Goddamn shame. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, the safest this whole world has been is since they made us sit our asses indoors. Okay? That's crazy. That's how we pollute. Every day. Pollution, pollution, pollution. And Mother Earth is not gonna be so nice on it and kind on us. Okay? But they got a lot of people don't care about the future. I get that. I not really. I don't really get it, but I understand there are some people who don't give a fuck if they die or not. Don't be friends with anybody who don't care if they die or not. You know what I mean? Because you gotta understand if they don't care if they die or not, then you goddamn well gotta know they don't give a shit if you die or not, which make them dangerous. Okay? That makes them dangerous. Because if they will kill themselves, they will definitely kill you. When they decide to kill themselves, they'll decide they're gonna take you with them because they don't want to go by themselves. They wanna go out with a bang, and your ass just happen to be there, being their friend. Fuck all that. Okay? Gotta keep the friendships far the fuck away from me. Okay? I'm out. I've been up here for 3 3.5 hours. I'm out, y'all. Listen, I love y'all. We gonna be messy, okay? Don't be part of Bomb Squad in 2026. If you're not down with laughing and just being messy, motherfucker, we gonna be messy, okay? Listen, gonna be people I ain't been at their heads in a long time. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna crack some jokes on them. Talk about everybody. You know, there used to be a time where I'd be on somebody's panel and I know they ain't like them, so I didn't bring up them because I didn't want to make it seem like I'm messy. But I'm messy, bitch. I'm messy in 2026, okay? Soon as they look hard my motherfucking way. I don't give a damn if they say my name. Say my name. Y'all call me. I'm looking for some mess to get into, goddamn it. Okay. Look, I'm debating being nice, messy, or messy, messy, or messy, messy, messy. Should I be messy, messy, messy? Messy, messy is fun. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Messy, messy, messy. Could be a little fun and a little dangerous too. Okay. But being nice ain't nothing nice, nothing fun about being nice. These motherfuckers started calling me they aunties and shit. What the fuck is you talking about? But I was being nice. Now they got the ones who I don't mind. They got a few people I don't mind. A couple of the men I'm okay with, a couple of women I'm okay with. But when motherfuckers who know I don't really fuck with them start calling me auntie because somebody else called me auntie, I'm thinking I'm gonna kick this motherfucker in his motherfucking pussy. But I realized it'll look mean because all he did was call me auntie. Nigga, I knew what you were saying, nigga. You're not your motherfucking auntie. Find it to be very um an insult. It's very much an insult when some of these niggas call me they auntie. I ain't your auntie. Okay. I only have a couple of nephews and they are children. My nephews are children, y'all. Like one of them, he'll be going to high school next year. That's the oldest nephew I have. He's gonna be entering high school. No, no, no. Yeah, nephew. I do have a niece though. I have a niece who's grown. I have two nieces that's grown. Okay. That's right. I do have two nieces that's grown. One of them, she like mid-30s. The other one is the end of the 30s. Okay. My motherfucking brother was having kids as a kid. Okay. Um, so I forgot about them. My great niece, who just like this don't seem that long, but when I came on here, it has been like 10 years. How long it's been? When I first came on here, I'm talking about like in this sector. Okay. Um, I had mentioned how somebody showed up at my at somebody in the family's house, and my niece and great niece, they asked them for me under the bomb cherry name. Like I got doxxed. But they, you know, these motherfucking people stupid. When they dox, they just put out massive information. Some of the shit be right. They just don't know which ones are right. That's all. So I don't give a damn. But they put my family in danger, and I was gonna bash that bitch in her motherfucking head, right? Um, and why didn't I bash in her head? Because her motherfucking ass moved all the way to California. That's why. The bitch moved forward. About all my plans to go bash that bitch in the head in the middle of the night deteriorated when that bitch said, I'm moving to California. Like, god damn. Okay, ho. And then she faked her debt and all that shit. But anyway, um, yeah, she doxed me. Now, oh, what I was saying. That niece just recently got married. My great niece got married. And oh, and now that I think about it, she about to move to California too. God damn. Times have changed. Cause she was just like 6 years old. Wait, no, 7, 8 when that happened. Yep. I don't even think she was 8. I think I said she was like 6 or 7 at the time. And she's married. Her husband is in the military and they both be stationed in California. Okay. Shit, I might have to go to California and visit her. But anyway, I'm gone. I had this slow ass nigga picture up this whole time. Let me tell y'all something. Don't do this no more. Okay? Listen, I can forgive you for looking like you a broke down bum who about to steal from everybody. Now, I'ma hope you don't look like this all the time. But what I will say is, if when you get on camera, yeah. So this nigga got on a sleeping robe. Y'all don't see this? Y'all see this nigga? Look, wait a minute. I gotta touch a little bit on it. Just a little more. Just a little more. Just to he got to do better. Okay? Look, wait, I gotta this nigga has on a robe. Y'all see it? With a motherfucking yellow t-shirt on. Nigga, wash your face first. Nothing wrong with coming. Wash your face, brush your teeth, and do something with your hair. And then turn that camera on. And the hair means your mustache and that raggedy fucking beard. In all my life, I never seen my dad look like this. My dad passed away when he was like 72. 72. Yeah, he died as a young man. I had never seen my dad look raggedy like this. And he was my dad was a construction worker. My dad couldn't even read or write. And he wouldn't have looked like this. When he went out, he looked good, smelled good. Okay. You got to do better. I can show you my uncles. I have uncles in their 70s right now, still dealing with younger women, and they don't look like this. They don't look like this. And so what's going on with you young and raggedy, straggly motherfuckers? Do better. Or just stay hidden, nigga. Looking like you live in a goddamn box. Go hide in your fucking box. Don't come out. Okay? Now this young man right here, all he got to do, first of all, he young. I'm hoping that he's still in his 20s. If he in his 30s, Lord help him. But his hair just sticking up. Okay, he can do better. He just got to do better. Listen, my brother, don't turn on the cam. And this nigga go to work too with his hair sticking up. Buckwheat looking ass niggas. What is going on? Let me put the picture of Buckwheat back up. I shouldn't have to do this. Do better. If you claim it, black community, women need to do this, men need to do this. Nigga, you need to do your individual job. And that is to go out looking like you care about yourself. Okay? I think some of these niggas think, long as they don't be overweight, that is all good. I'd rather deal with an overweight nigga who smell good than to deal with this type of nigga who look like he buckwheat. Okay, and buckwheat is a terrible term. Okay, let me see. I gotta find a picture because that's how white people looked at us. But now white people looked at us like that. And now we have actual motherfuckers walking around like that. They do that shit at. What I said I was looking for? Forgot what I was looking for. I got his picture up already. But anyway, no matter. I don't know. I forgot what I was looking for. Cause I'm looking for a picture and don't even know. Oh, buckwheat. That's right. What I do with buckwheat? I don't see buckwheat. I must have deleted buckwheat. Oh, I know what buckwheat is. In my downloads. Okay. This nigga look like buckwheat for real. And if you look, buckwheat was kind of not bad looking in the face, right? Little cute little boy, to be honest. But you see how they have him dressed and his hair. This is a little boy. Buckwheat is a boy. You see how they got Buckwheat dressed like he a girl. Is Buckwheat a girl? Wait a minute. Buckwheat got a dog. What's going on here? Wait a minute. No, I told you I ain't look at no TV. Wait a minute. Is Buckwheat a Let me see buckwheat. I'm confused. Buckwheat, Little Rascals. That's what I pulled up last time. And that picture was one of the pictures that come up. And you know, when I noticed it, I was like, damn, he look cute. But that he got a doll, a white doll that no little buckwheat. I thought they was the Little Rascal, wasn't they all boys? I thought they was. I remember Alfalfa. No, they got a little girl, a little white girl. They got this little boy looking like a little girl too, though. The fuck is going on? But listen, I'm not surprised by that, okay? Cause they do have him looking all. What did they make a new one and use a little girl? No, that's a little boy. Well, why they gave him that white doll? In that picture, yo, they say that's the Little Rascals. I'm not. They said this is the Little Rascals cast of 1930, and they got him with a little white doll, and it is a him. But I see a dress on this motherfucker. Wait, let me share. God damn, I know they were doing it like that, like that for real. They done put the little boy in a dress and gave him a white doll. Let me share the screen real quick. Share. Why they do that to the little boy? Well, that's how they think of it. Look, so here it where I got the picture from right here. See that says Little Rascals cast of 1930. And that is a dress on that little boy. That's a dress. Y'all see it? It got a line. It goes to the knees and it has a line. It look like it's a rib dress and a sweater. And they do have barrettes in his motherfucking hair. And they gave him a little white doll. And that is buckwheat. Look. But wait, was buckwheat a girl though? Was that a I remember him. This the new. This I remember this little boy. That's not buckwheat. That must be maybe that's a new show. I know that's not the buckwheat. We know this is the buckwheat. We know and buckwheat. Hey, okay. You know that's white people coming up with that shit. Nobody said no okay, okay. But then you know who else also did that shit? What his name? Um, that's why I never liked what his name? The one who made the show that everybody loved in the goddamn 80s when people was going to college and shit. That motherfucker made Fat Albert. Fat Albert is the one show that I did not like watching when I was a kid. I'd rather watch, and I always hated cartoons. Number one, first of all, hated cartoons because it don't make sense. Why can't the coyote catch the road runner? The fuck is you talking about? The coyote did calculus, algebra, all kinds of math. Came up with calculations to teach this little motherfucker, and it never worked. Even Tom caught Jerry, and Jerry caught Tom every once in a while, and then they would be friends. You know, he would decide that it caught him, and he don't want to hurt him, or he caught him, and he know that the fun will be over if he eat him, kind of shit. You know, and that makes sense. That makes sense that hey, they've been enemies so long that they really wasn't enemies, that they were friends. That makes sense to cartoons for cartoons, and that makes sense to kids. But the coyote shit, beep beep. All this motherfucker said was beep beep. The coyote didn't say shit, but you could see his thoughts when he would do some algebra and shit. And that's when I realized, oh shit, you could calculate how to get something to go and drop at this distance. At this, you know, if you calculate the numbers and shit, I learned that early on. But I was always when this motherfucker gonna catch him? When you gonna catch him? But this shit with um the Fat Apple shit, yabba dabba dabba yabba dabba not no that's yabba dabba doo. Yabba yabba doo dabba 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 dabba. I'm like, who the fuck in the neighborhood spoke like that? Well, hey, 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 it's Fat Apple, and I'm gonna sing a song for you. And On the gang, we're in on the gang, running from each other. While we do our thing. Ah, my, my, hey. Now I like the hey. The song was okay. I don't even know if that was the words, because it's been like it had to be like since I saw Fat Albert, it's got to be like 50 something years or some shit. I never really looked at that shit. But what I will say, I looked at them and I said, well, me and my family, even as poor as we were, because I used to think we were poor, right? I never saw the benefits because we didn't get to go to McDonald's and shit like that. I thought we was poor. But I'm like, we don't speak like this. And I'm from the fucking bayou where my aunts and uncles don't even know how to read and write. But you know what they don't sound like? They don't sound like idiots. They don't sound dumb. Now they may sound dumb and idiots if we was having a conversation on YouTube, because these little niggas who we be talking to, these niggas shouldn't have no voices. Okay? In the world. They should shut their ass up, go to work, befriend their friends, right? Who gonna be their little sector of dumbasses too. And then they should just live their life. YouTube should not be accessible to dumbass motherfucking niggas who won't want to debate all day and then say some of the stupidest shit. Like for example, that the laws should be against the Constitution. Yes, you're right. And that's why they get overturned, because that's all they have to do. It's easy to get a law put in, right? Laws get put in based on states and locations and shit like that. And then somebody have to ballot it, right? And then it goes to the Supreme Court, who then pushes it up against the Constitution and decide whether it's legal or not. And we had a dummy up there talking about, well, no laws could be against the Constitution, while he was also saying that laws got overturned due to them not being against doing because they're against the Constitution. He was saying two things at the same time, two different things at the same fucking time. And that's what's wrong with dumbass niggas. Even when I was a kid, I wasn't dumb like these niggas. When I was a baby, I wasn't dumb like these motherfuckers. Shit, when I was in my daddy's nutsack, I wasn't dumb like these dumbass niggas. I don't understand how they don't understand. Like sometimes even I be up there thinking, wondering what they arguing now, because it could switch in a motherfucking moment. They could say one thing and stand on it, and the next moment they switched it up to where everybody's confused on what the fuck is they saying. I'd be like, wait, what? So then they started saying that the laws are based on morals. And so I'm like, whose morals though? Because there are areas where they got laws, Sharia law, they got different laws, right, that allow them to murder people. They got different countries. They allow to murder people. In fact, even in our country, because they started discussing the death penalty, which is where they allow for state sanctioned murder. Right? They against murder only when it benefits them. And that's what I'm saying. Just like most of us, if we honest, who might say we against murder, but if it's me or them, it's them all the time. Okay. It's them all the motherfucking time. But at the same time, I'm not the one saying, no, that's murder. We shouldn't be doing it. Those women, look what they're doing. It's murder. I'm not saying that. Okay. I have not placed any moral compass on any of that shit, because I know goddamn well in a flash I will be a motherfucking murderer. In fact, I was in the military. Okay. And shit, I know goddamn well this country right now ain't talking about they ain't murderers. We got a president right now murdering motherfucker people. And I can assure you that's on the behest of the American people. We are now want to act like he's not doing it, or it doesn't affect us, or it doesn't bother us, or we didn't do it. But see, if we knew that he represents all of us, then we would be pissed off, and he wouldn't be able to get away with it and act like it didn't happen. But the reason he's able to get away with it without outrage. I'm talking about this country should be in a blazing fire when that man killed them innocent motherfucking people. But it's so easy for people to detach. You okay with it because you gonna say, you ain't do it. You ain't do it. But we've been believing in murder in this country since this conception. But when the death penalty is there, huh, shit, that you simply saying you for murder. Because the people can be like, nah, we not for this shit. And you have a reason to not be for it. When you find out that a lot of people have been murdered for crimes that we found they didn't even do. That in itself should be make you be like, nah, I'm not for this. So I'm not for the death penalty. But then again, I'm not saying I'm wholeheartedly against it. I haven't really studied it because it's very difficult. Because it is one of them things that make me say, suppose they kill my family, would I want to kill them back? I don't know if I would. I think in the beginning I would. Maybe through time I might be able to forgive. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna say that I know myself enough to know that a bitch like me might be the one to want to go kill him. Okay, I'm honest about it. Okay, and so I'm not pushing my morals onto nobody. I want you to be better than me. Okay, shit. Be better than me, baby. Okay, cause I'm gonna have one of these niggas hit in his motherfucking head in 2026. Okay, for owing me some money. That nigga, and then the thing about it is he keep playing in my fucking face. That's what got me pissed off at. You know, because it's not money that I lost, right? I didn't lose nothing. But what I feel like I lost is the nigga play in my fucking face. Yeah, he gonna don't worry. I just had to get this 7-year motherfucking uh bad luck off my head. I'm about to start committing all kinds of fucked up shit again. Okay, y'all, I'm gone. I've been saying I'm gone for a while. And to the buckwheat ass nigga, you see, this is you can't put a hat on your head because you're gonna stand up just like this. Okay? You're gonna have a ghost hat. Some shit that's just up in the air on them hard ass curls that you call curls. Mhm. But your hair actually look like this. And his hair look better than your hair. Buckwheat got a perm. Or his hair got straightened with a straighten comb. And your ass over there looking like you got um I don't even know what to call it. This is Buckwheat. They put him like a little girl. That's fucked up. I'm trying to remember. Did my mom ever have my brother in little flats with never? Look, look, y'all. I know y'all thought I was joking. Now look, that Buckwheat used to be put in dresses. What the fuck? Damn. I can say so much about that. Oh man, like if we really wanted to dive deep into that shit, look, if we wanted to dive deep into what they done, and this entertainment was mostly for white people. Black people, a lot of black didn't even have TVs. They weren't looking at this type of shit. Now, like, but I remember, didn't I think one of I think it was him who got an award because he would do in TV and shit like that. You know, but what that say? Engineer. At first, I thought it was gonna be engine, and like an Indian. They used to call him. They used to have all kinds of terms. He looked prettier than her. Oh Al Pfeiffer. Yeah, this a new one. When I say new, I think of in the 80s or something, 90s maybe. Okay. At least they don't, I hope they ain't put him in a dress in that movie. I don't know how I would feel if they wanted my grandson or sons in these particular type of movies. You know what I mean? Like I I don't know. I feel like it would be a dilemma because it'd be good for his image. Well, I don't know if it'd be good for his image, but if he could act and act it out well, it might give him open doors. But then I'd be like, I don't know. Like when he's that young, it would be your decision. Like it could ruin him, right? Um, where he gets stereotyped as these certain typecast, and the parents did it. So I don't know. It would be hard. I remember they was telling me that one of my sons should be. Man, they got a lot of scams now. This was before the internet like that, and they wanted my son to do not commercials, like magazine work and stuff like that. But then these motherfuckers are like, yeah, we just need to get pictures and all that shit. Right? I met with them all the way in Philadelphia. And and then the motherfuckers started telling me how the pictures. They were like, yeah, we need to take some pictures and this and that. And we're gonna make I think they call it like some type of book with all his stuff. And then they thought it would be great. Like my son had these dimples and everything. And I was like, okay, great. What we gotta do? The motherfuckers said they needed me to get them $1,200. I said, what? Yeah, we need $1,200 to take his pictures. I said, but you have. I said, you gonna represent him, right? You gonna make money as he make money. Why would I buy pictures? Oh yeah, we need the money. Man, I walked out that motherfucker and never looked back. They got me all the way fucked up. They got me all the way motherfucker fucked up. Talking about they can get him some jobs, but they need pictures. I said, well, you better get a camera and check them motherfuckers. It's gonna cost about 1,200. You're telling me how much it costs, like they want me to give it to them. And that's what they wanted. Okay? We drove all the way. I think he was about 6 months, 7 months old. They had been contacting me for a while. I forgot how I met them. I think in the mall here in Delaware. And there was yeah. I was like $1,200 back then, y'all. This had to be 94. That's a lot of fucking money. They got me fucked up. I would have gave him maybe $10, $20. Anything over $20, I ain't giving it to them. They got me fucked up. Okay. I'm like, you gonna make money off of him. Cause you represent him. Talking about you gonna get him jobs, you gonna get paid. I didn't know how the industry worked, but I wasn't stopping it. Right? And this is before Tyra Banks stuff. But I don't know. Tyra Banks hit the thing in the 90s, 2000s, I think. I don't know, but they was making it seem like people found you in malls, which that's how they found me. And I think it was. I'm not sure if it was before I had him or after I had him, but I think they had found me in the mall and invited me to Philadelphia. And then the motherfucker started talking about $1,200. He gonna get lots of clients. We know clients who would take him right away. He gonna get lots of jobs. And I'm like, well, you could take that 1,200 out of his salary. Baby, look, you have a baby, they gonna play on you, right? Because everybody think their baby is beautiful. Now, I'm be honest. Remember, I told you this is the son who had that weird ass shaped head. Okay, which makes sense because Tyra Banks had that weird ass shaped head too. Okay, but my son, his head ended up becoming normal size as he got a little older. Okay. And so got me fucked up. I'm out. I've been trying to eat for the longest. It's hard to eat when I'm on live, okay? Anyway.